factor. We've got RSeek on one side for Virtus Pro, obviously a fairly new coach for their team, and we have Sunby on the side of Team Secret, who's been with Team Secret for a very long time. How big of an impact do these coaches have? Because I feel like they're like the cornerstones of these teams, Trent.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got rid of Artstyle at TI, and then I guess they were looking for someone as to like why things aren't working, and so the solution became RSeek, someone who was kind of filtering around there and kind of like that tier 2 CIS scene for a while. Obviously, I guess he's pretty good friends with some of the players, which is how he wound up on the team. So far so good. Yeah, obviously had a very good start to the day versus Bulba in terms of the coach matchup. And
for sure.
Sunby, long time, as you said, on Secret, kind of reminiscent of like basically like him and Heen are some like the longest standing coaches, with Heen just stepping down. It kind of is just Sunby now at this point. And, you know, Seb playing kind of changed things a bit.
Definitely the masterminds of the teams. Are they both also drafting for the teams? Or?
No, none of them are drafting. They're like sitting right next to them. They're like the right-hand man, you know?
Yeah.
All the ideas are passed by them. By the way, we have a little bit of a change-up in the draft this time because Team Secret has first pick rather than second. I believe Virtus Pro chose second pick this time around.
Secret banned the IO, even though they have first pick.
No, yeah, they did this yesterday too, every match. They let it through once, and after that they're like, we're not playing it, and we don't want to play against it anymore. We're done. I do think Secret likes this better though. Like, especially Radiant first pick, I think that's the dream. Like, they're very comfortable with picking mid ones here into bad matchups.
Yeah.
And like getting better lanes for Sai, and especially for Nisha.
Yeah. I feel like banning a PL for Secret now, and they pretty much have a free first pick Arc Warden. There's not too much to because VP banned our Centaur and Enigma.
Yeah. There's still also the Axe left, right?
So they do that, yeah. Let's see whether I should really be Team Secret coach or not.
Team Secrets.
They'll have you.
Alright, both accents are gone.
Morphling. Morphling turns.
Of course.
True Nisha hero.
Yeah, we've seen Morphling banned out in the previous drafts in first phase.
It's also the one that Ramses plays better out of the two, so I think that makes a lot of sense to take it for yourselves.
Tiny.
Tiny response against Morph is usually not bad. You always have like a kind of threat on the map to kill him after you blink.
Yeah, the Necrophos now slipping through too, right?
Yes.
Sure. I don't know about that here though. Like, for me, he's like, he needs to do well in lane. He's not much of a team fighter. Like, he is very strong in lane though. Like, that's the thing about him.
I feel like he doesn't share that whole 3.5 thing very well either. Whereas everyone seems to be enabling the supports like super early. You don't really want to sacrifice anything on a Necrophos.
Yeah.
Yep, they get to stays in lane, pushes the lane until the tower is down. And then he rotates to push another tower.
I mean, if you're gonna pick Tiny, it's nice to get this Terrorblade. You have some backup for the team fight. So like, you can play this as a core now. I think Pasha plays it a lot.
Straight back into the monkey again.
Yeah.
Very flexible pick for Team Secret.
I mean, if you can win that last game with the Monkey King, then keep picking it. Like, it's been banned out the second phase every time, and they're like, this hero is... We need this hero.
I mean, the long reach of the Boundless Strike is actually really good against the Terrorblade. Like, he's all about those clutch moments. I mean, how much has that been the storyline for Terrorblades this whole tournament? And one Fisher, one Boundless Strike, these stuns that you don't see coming just ruin his life.
Yeah.
What I actually think is a huge step back for VP is that they're not drafting Arc Warden. Because Morphling is actually the weakest carry in the entire game against Arc Warden.
No?
Like, he can actually not play against that matchup. Terrible for him.
Okay.
Why is that, Black? What do you hate about it?
I hate that they can't do it because I think if they would pick an Arc Warden here, I mean, Secret must know they don't pick it, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't like ban out all these good heroes for them.
Is it because you get hexed, or is it because you can't disturb his farm?
Yeah, it's because you get hexed, you can't really disturb his farm, and you don't really pressure him early either. So you just kind of like free farms, then he gets his items, and the illusion pretty much is like so.
I mean, the only nice thing I can see for Morphling is that, like, if they both go mid, the Morphling dominates.
Yeah.
That's like the only...
But that matchup usually is like never really a thing.
Yeah. Earthshaker, I mean, Yapstra's been playing Rubik into like whatever, so we might see that. This would be like a very surprising Rubik pick for me though, but I think they're just so comfortable with that hero.
And I don't even want to say it's a bad Rubik game, because last game was bad, and it's still just like fourth pick it.
Yeah. This time, I mean, this time it's going to be Roger or Pasha, like almost for sure. I think they just want to get mid one on something like, they want to be able to get that Pugna vs OD matchup, like that's what they're looking for.
I think VP's best games have been with Silencer. I really like that ban from Secret. Like, I'm surprised VP didn't take it earlier. I thought that'd be kind of a change up here. Because a lot of their better strategies were like taking that smoke into the Radiant jungle. That's kind of plays they've kind of been doing stuff like that, but then they just pop global and like it doesn't even matter, right? You just like run into their faces with it.
I think another thing to note is they banned 3 of Solo's heroes actually, and last game on the Axe he had like 0 impact.
Yeah, it's true.
So they're making him feel very uncomfortable with the heroes they are giving him, I think.
Yeah. At the same time though, like when he played Centaur game 1 and like absolutely wrecked that game, so
fair enough.
Quality Centaur now, come on.
What do you ban here if you're a VP? Do you actually get rid of the Rubik? Not really. It's not
no, you can't.
Maybe just ban Brewmaster so you have a last pick.
I mean, I'm thinking about Brewmaster here. Like, which team would want to pick that hero up? Like, is it good for Secret?
It's not bad. Quite good against Tiny and TB.
Yeah.
Maybe the Ember kind of feels fine to ban, honestly.
The annoying part,
TB.
Yeah, the annoying part when you're VP is you see this Morphling and Monkey, right? And like, those heroes can be so strong in lane if they get good matchups, and they can go anywhere. Yeah. You've even seen Sai playing it now. Malaysia!
Well, Lumpur has been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course.
Virtus Pros.
Yeah. No, they just...
They're like, alright, screw you. Play something else.
Exactly.
No Shaker, no Rubik.
Yeah, so our Monkey King incoming.
Or Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
Just go Earth Spirit.
Oh, maybe some support Zeus. Like, he's a... That's good. I like that.
Okay.
It became kind of like a staple response to Morphling.
Yeah.
Yeah, forward gaming, playing it a lot.
Yeah, Earth Spirit.
It's so good against Shadow Shaman though, because you never have to worry about the shackle at all.
Yeah.
And gives them a team that they were desperately lacking.
Alright, now we'll see if it's going to be a Roger or Pasha Tiny. There's still a
10
Phoenix.
seconds remaining.
It's like...
Not terrible.
It's not terrible, but at the same time, it doesn't add that much.
It's not great.
It feels like you're going down the same road that hasn't looked too good for you so far today, you know?
I would kind of be baited into picking it, I think. Just put it dual offlane with the Tiny. You play it on...
Maybe they're planning to play
Roger.
Shadow Shaman. Seen it a couple of times.
Could do that.
If you get a BKB, you actually have no way to cancel your Shackle either.
That's true.
Virtus Pro obviously went for the last pick in this draft.
Yep.
Is there anything in particular that we should keep in the back of our mind, and that Secret should also obviously keep in the back of their mind?
They just want to own mid one, honestly. Like, he has been going off the last 2 games, and if no one gets like a good matchup, he should be able to handle it just okay.
They don't really have to worry about the Brute because they have the Monkey.
So many hexes.
Lion and Shadow Shaman? That's unusual.
Yeah.
But the lanes are very afraid of getting run over though. Like, if this Earth Spirit rotates, I think it's a bit scary for them.
I'm just thinking, because there are not that many heroes who want to put mid versus Warframe. Like, it's like Templar is pretty good, but...
10 seconds remaining.
And then there's... Like, you kind of just want to put the Tiny mid there, I feel.
Yeah, we had the Lina the other day, and even that couldn't really take the matchup. Nisha just played it ridiculously well.
Yeah.
I just want to pick Kunkka, but I feel like this Monkey King pick covers up a lot of bad matchups for Morphin.
Exactly.
It is very hard to draft.
No, the only matchup the only hero I see that can lane versus these guys both made like really good is Templar. But that hero, like, you need to see the entire draft and it has to fit.
At least that does make sense when you're 10th.
Or Viper.
I don't know about that hero, man.
10th pick Viper, let's go.
I'm pretty sure Morphling is Storm's Viper.
I think everybody would like a 5th game here, apart from Team Secret.
Yes. Yeah, Secret would be fine winning 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
It was TNC who they did the offlane shaman, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The only team that did it. For forward run, there's 4, right?
Forward, yeah, Emerson's played it.
Yeah.
Did Yang play it? I think Yang might have played a game on it too, for Vici.
There's the Witch Doctor again coming out for Secret.
Just want to strengthen the lanes. It's honestly also quite good against TB in teamfights, because the illusions actually are stunned for 5 seconds.
Oh, here we go again. It's too dark.
Oh, he's changing again?
No.
No time to read that one.
Got denied hard.
He couldn't get it fast enough.
That's the trophy.
It says something about production.
5
Can't have
seconds
that.
remaining.
Gotta be ready for the moment.
Yeah. All right, so Virtus Pro haven't played Shaman yet this tournament. They haven't played Lion yet this tournament. And they can go any route with this.
Yeah. No, I would really want a Templar if I was VP here. I mean, obviously there's one pick left. But if that's not a good hero versus Templar assassin, then...
But they have like no team fight, right? It's a bit scary. They only have TV. It's a bit scary.
Yeah, no, that's true, that's true. But like, if your mid laner has... I guess you can't win the lane then. Like, you have to pick something.
I mean,
Like, you have to
Just accept that you're going to lose the
Like,
lane.
you have to beat Monkey or Morphling, or like at least do fine. Then you have to have team fight too. Like, that's complicated.
It does sound like Kunkka's the only thing that kind of checks off everything, you know?
You could pick Kunkka, but the lane is so rough against Monkey.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I don't even. Do you beat Morphling with Kunkka? I don't think so.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, at least you don't get crushed.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Tinkerman.
Well, last night they went for the mid one Ember. But again, you're fighting the 2 hexes, and you already have a
just
Morphling.
picking like an Underlord seems pretty chill.
If you do pick the Ember though, then you're kind of locked in and the Kunkka can actually come out.
Yeah.
I think you're just going to pick Zeiss and off-lane initiation kind of hero. But what's left?
Pango looks kind of fun.
Pango is not terrible. Especially against like this Lion and Shadow Shaman just roll through.
Yeah, they're just in the back line. They're waiting to try and hop on top of the Morphling instead, but they will be the boring Underlord.
No, I think that's what they needed. That's a fat guy.
This is a rough draft to play against.
But
Oh,
last
instant.
pick, yeah, they didn't even think about it. It's the OD.
Okay,
that was fun.
Morphling and Underlord.
I like it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah?
This is actually a decent OD game.
Alright.
Earth Spirit is very good versus OD, but other than that, like, I'm pretty sure he outlanes Monkey, and I'm pretty sure he outlanes Morphling too.
Yeah.
So it's a really good pick.
And to save for OD as well, can Astral OD.
So,
can Astral TV.
The last time this was attempted, that was by Secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they tried this Underlord into the Morphling, but then they had the matchup with the Pugna, and the Pugna absolutely destroyed him.
Yes.
But
Yep.
this time, there's not really a situation for that,
No, OD is more of a last pick type of hero.
Yeah.
I believe in...
as they found out.
Okay, so I think VP has a superior draft, but can they win? Can they outplay them?
Can they?
That's the question that we ask you.
Yeah,
That's why you're
that's
here.
Shiva's job.
It is offlane Shaman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say yes. I say VP wins.
VP take the game according to Black. Pylai die.
I'm liking the lanes a lot. Sai is gonna get pretty farmed. I'm quite unsure about the mid matchup, but like if no one is confident in this, then I'm confident too. I think VP's got this.
Okay, well, I'll stick with the crowd. I'll head for Team
Yeah.
Secret, yeah. Some mid one Dota, close the series out. No, I'm not sold on the old Underworld, Outworld Devourer. No thanks.
All right, well, Axiata Arena, this could be the last game of the series. So make some noise for Oni Pixel and Fog.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Kuala Lumpur. As we get ready for another game between Secret and VP. And the 5th picks, we're getting some excitement. An Underlord from Secret and an Outworld Devourer from VP.
Does feel like it can be a pretty good OD game. Like they said, the Earth Spirit's good for it, but I'm going to put a little bit of a Nahaz here and do a little bit of a stat. Since Nisha has joined Secret, they've played Morphling 12 times. He has won all 12 games. He also has 146 kills and only 19 deaths in those 12 games. A 100% win rate on the hero since he's joined this team.
100%. Let's see.
Yeah.
Do VP have the answer?
They've got good control. I think there's a reason that we do see they're dodging the matchup in the side lane for the Morphling. They don't want to put him versus the Shadow Shaman, and we do see VP. They are running the core Shadow Shaman, as we saw TNC kind of invent in the earlier stages of this tournament. He also has a pretty rough matchup in that mid lane.
See what he can get done this game.
Yeah.
He will be on that Monkey King.
And we see the same approach, Secret. Every single one of their games that they've played here so far, they run an aggro tri-lane into the position where they leave Zai alone bottom to soak the pressure, and then they rotate with Yapzor. So we'll see, can Secret do it again in this game? It's going to be a hell of a game as VP. They have not busted out the Lion, they have not busted out the Shadow Shaman just yet in this tournament. I don't think they played the OD either, right? Don't believe so.
Not seen. We've seen it
seen it a few times
for different teams, but very much a hero that's been dabbled with mixed results. Let's see how no one could do with it. I mean, the panel sort of seemed hopeful at the prospects of the OD. This is a game where it can work out. He can get good lane matchups and such.
Yeah, he's gonna do well. He should do well versus the Morphling. We'll see. I mean, Nisha, I've seen him win a lot of the matchups that I didn't think he would.
The battle begins.
But he does have, the one thing about the Morph is you have that base damage advantage versus that OD, but once you get like Astraled, of course the OD can always guarantee those last hits, but we'll see how it plays out. You actually see already VP, they don't want to deal with this again. They're switching lanes. They know the way Secrets ran, they're aggro tri-lane time and time again. They want to find Ramses in a better position. They're sending Pasha up there to absorb the pressure.
We'll see how he does do bottom. You know, Zai this time, he is back on one of those sort of tanky solo lane heroes, as he's indeed not playing the Monkey King. Mid one doing it this time round, so Zai should be able to keep himself okay down here.
Gets the range creep last hit before the Astral comes out for Nisha.
Is this 1v1?
I'll probably be focusing the majority of my time looking at this mid matchup because I actually have not seen more Flish OD.
Solo, he's getting run down and popped the fairy fire with the right click.
He's dead.
Puppy gets the first blood. The tri-lane showing its power already within the first minute of gameplay. There's Yapsel.
He goes for mid.
He's going to look to try and set up onto no one. Gets the connection, looking for the body blocks. Can't quite find the position to hold. No one in place long enough for Anisha to punch into it.
Base damage so far. Working out. It's 2-2 for no one. But Nisha also still getting those last hits.
See how long Yapsa wants to hang around this mid lane. There's no one. Going to consistently be nuked down by Nisha. No one's regen. He has a very fire south and one shared tango left. Still a decent amount. Just have to be careful if Yapsa finds an opportunity to roll in and kick something off. Yeah, bottom lane. Roger and Ramses getting on top of Zai. Zai is able to work his way around the trees.
Ramses is going to have much better farm in this game since he's not under the pressure there. And I mean, Pasha, he's also getting farmed into the tower. He did high base damage. Anisha doing, already getting most of the last hits. This high base damage, 80 compared to 61. Doing a good job at lane control too. And sorry. Looking for a Courier Snipe, but won't be able to find it.
Yeah, they got their eyes on it.
It's too fast. Oh, they stopped moving it.
They stopped moving it. They stopped moving it.
They haven't moved it.
They stopped moving it.
What?
What? What? They stopped moving it. What was that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. The VP making mistakes here in the grand finals. You can't let that happen. They literally stopped moving it. They knew it was happening, they moved it to the side. I guess maybe multiple players trying to control it, and the last sort of information given was someone just right-clicking it just a bit to the side.
And now
top lane solo. They're on top of him. Secret pick up a second kill up top.
Oh my goodness. I mean, nobody moved the courier, it just sat there. That was the thing, and now Zai. Oh my god, we think Ramses is having a better time, but he's dead.
Oh my goodness. What is happening to VP?
They're getting good last hits in the lane, but they've given up 3 kills, and they give up a free courier as well. Roger, he's trying to get a trade kill here on the Zai.
Have the toss still available if he can get in range.
He's too slow.
Even if he does, it's only a level 1 toss. Is it enough? Zai, he's trying to fight back. He's going to be a little careful, Roger, having that toss. Roger, he'll go for the toss, Zai. He's going to go down.
Zai?
Tried to man fight Roger, I guess didn't expect him to have the toss, I don't know. Felt that he could go up against it.
He did not do the math.
Yeah, he did not. Cost him his life as VP get themselves their first kill on the board this game. Gotta keep you cool here in the grand finals.
Absolutely.
Can't make mistakes.
This top lane, I mean, mid one's going to get free farm up here. Sure, you see the Pasha Shadow Shaman, he's getting quite a lot here. But they do have to be very careful in this top lane, just the kill threat. I mean, we talked about how Secret, they like to pick these strong lanes, and Puppy, he's playing the Witch Doctor time and time again, and look how he does this again. They're playing an aggro tri-lane, and Secret is so good about just making sure they block the pull camp. That's the 4th time. It's 4 minutes in. There's no pull. You see Solo, he keeps walking over check, and he's like, what?
We'll see this again. Zai just feeling confident with that 2 points in the Firestorm that he had the damage to bring Roger down, I suppose. underestimating what was there with the toss and just the pure right clicks from Roger.
Mid lane in the meantime.
Game, they get themselves in.
And now Rogers walked forward.
They're going to see if they can find more out of this, but already they found the big one. No one being taken out by that rotation. Bottom lane again, Zai diving in onto Ramses. Won't go any further, but Ramses being forced to salve up.
They can't leave him alone versus a Tower Blade. They can't leave the Tower Blade alone versus an Underlord.
I mean,
We've seen what Underlord can do.
He is getting incredible farm though. Ramses is top CS.
But he has died.
Oh, Puppey. Being found out by the two of them. Solo Pasha, they've got a lot locked down. Yapso comes in with a two-man border smash. They'll try and turn things, but the Hex is out from Solo to the right picks, then back up mid-one, jumps forward. Stewie gets thrown out from Puppey, but the Voodoo Restoration is enough to keep Puppey alive. Solo turns with the two-man stun at mid-one. Family strike down. He gets tossed up. He'll get tossed back towards Pasha. The toss does manage to create the distance to get Solo away, but Yapso chases down the Lion. Finishes him off with a boulder smash.
The heal coming out. That Voodoo Restoration just enough health for Puppey to survive. And it looks like they are just going to leave this 1v1. Ramses versus Zai. I mean, Zai's probably pretty happy in this. Like, Ramses, he's going to get last hits and all that, but that means Zai is also going to be a very significant tanky force in this game as he's getting full free farm too. No, he will start to get full free farm. At mid one, getting controlled up top. They're going to go down this one.
Avalanche to follow up as well as VP. This is a big one.
Take advantage of whenever rotations are happening, whenever you know these heroes are isolated for a moment. And mid,
mid, no one.
He has the ulti.
Yeah, he's just able to go straight in and drop the Sanity's Eclipse. The damage is there to take Nisha down in a solo kill.
And gives him the tip.
Playing the matchup well, mid.
Yeah.
29 to 10 against the 24 for 8. Getting a solo kill like that.
And he lost his courier. Ramses gets hit by the stun.
They've got the combo. Yapso rolls in. They've got the damage. Secret.
Yapsor, 2-0 and 3. Now he's got urn charges. It's only 6 minutes in. Boots and an urn on the Earth Spirit already. Extra little bit of kill threshold will be made available for him when he makes those rotations now.
I'm excited to see that no one could do this game as he has got the farm start that he'd hoped for in this middle lane. He's getting the CS.
Radiant are scanned.
Let's see the power of the Outworld Devourer this match. Top lane, mid one, pushing in the wave. We do have Puppey looking for a bit of a wraparound.
Yapsor's here too now with that urn, level 4 as well. Roger, he is smoked. They're looking for Nisha as he's sitting very low HP. Can Roger find the move here? Can he get the stun?
He's low on the strength.
He can.
The opening VP. Setting up again in the mid lane. This time a bit of a helping hand for no one. And another tip will come out the way of Nisha. Bottom lane Zai tries to get out with the ultimate, but Ramses and his Metamorphosis has enough damage to beat down the Underlord.
The rotations by the 4 positions reigning supreme on both sides.
6 to 5. VP starting to catch back up in kills.
Yep. And no one, he's starting to get much better control in that mid lane. Morphling only level 6, mid one, no one, level 8, even though he lost his courier. That's the very important thing you do have to point out. And they've actually now just switched it up. They're like, all right, Nisha, don't go back mid. Too much kill threshold, and you know, the OD ulti is going to start coming back up pretty soon. But now they put the Underlord mid versus an OD, OD's happy about that.
An easy target to sort of rack up the imp from.
But Zai can at least spam the wave out, right? He can just spam the Firestorm and sit back and get last hits just through that.
Roger will find the 8-minute rune top, just the illusion for him. Let's see TP in towards the mid from Solo as they'll look to smoke up behind no one and set something up for him. Top lane.
They want to keep pressuring Nisha. I think they just want to keep killing this Morphling, keep him shut down in the game.
Let's see if they want to head for bottom or for mid.
And they get the catch. I mean, Nisha's sitting very low HP. If he gets caught by one control, there will be follow-up.
Back towards the mid, no one. Actually in a bit of trouble here. Yapso open up with the kick in. He
Puppey's
does Astral the Earth Spirit, but with Puppey coming in from the top lane, they'll have the damage, surely. Indeed they do. Zai with the Firestorm, finish him off. Bottom lane, though, the Hex with the stun. Solo outplays Nisha. Nisha tried to fight that, but was not shifting into strength.
Ramses was actually playing the bait game. He sat himself very low, trading hits with Nisha, and then they get the full wraparound from that smoke, so they get the instant Hex. They're really punishing Nisha, just not letting this Morphling get online. Already 3 deaths in the first 9 minutes for this man.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You see, he's pinging out Ramses. He's telling them that Ramses is sitting low, but Ramses, he's holding the skill point for that Sunder if he does see an opportunity.
Top lane. Secret moving in onto Pasha. Got the Maledict on him.
Radiant's bottom
So we'll be able to get out and go for the TP away. No boundless strike available, so Pasha's fine. It's just a heavy focus from Secret on this top lane, making sure the mid one has a good start on the Monkey King, getting that farm.
No, they moved Niche up. They're like, all right, this is the place where we can farm safe. Bottom's not safe, mid's not safe, top is the one. We have this tri lane that we positioned up here to protect him. So now he can go here, get some farm that's much needed for this Morphling that's just died. We said 3 times, and only 39 last hits at almost this 10-minute mark.
BP starting to
Bounty rings.
approach for a fight around this. Yapzor has the control to grab the bounty ring and roll away. Mid one's going to come out with Wukong's command. Boundless strike down on the Pasha, but the stun from Solo locks him down. Shackles a whale, allowing no one to punch in with the Arcane. He needs one more hit. He'll pop the sanities for it. No messing around for VP. They cannot let that kill get away from them.
No, it's a long cooldown to use, but you have to get that kill when you commit that much. And they're 2 cores. 2 big cores on VP are off to a great start on that top net worth.
Ramses for the chase down, reflection out to Zai. Zai starts with the ult out of there. Has VP got the damage or the vision to find him before he's away? I don't think they do. Maybe with the avalanche they haven't. Zai's out.
This is a game where we have to see no one. He's probably going to go for the Force Staff and then into the BKB. He has to get an early BKB in this game versus an Earth Spirit. It's very frustrating to play versus not only just disables, but versus silences as this hero.
He's getting such good farm.
He is. Maybe if he gets like a really, really good situation, he can look for like a Blink Dagger or just finish up like a Hurricane Pike before going for it. But
Yapzor, Zai, they want to fight this roll in. Yapzor's got the stun and silence onto the 2 of them. They'll kill off Roger. Secret already looking to make a play up top as well. Jump forward from Nisha, waveform in. Pasha's got no chance. The Shaman falls. A Secret will be able to set up for the tier 1 tower top takedown.
surprising that we see 2 core Shamans in the grand finals here, right? This time it is a side lane, it's not a mid Shaman, and we see why, because they picked it versus the Morphling, but he has not got the lane matchup that he wanted.
Oh, down bottom, Roger, ready to poke, avalanche on Yapzor, tossing him back into the Hex of Solo, finger as well, lay Yapzor,
he's alive!
Oh, he's still alive! The roll away, Yapzor, with the 3-man bonus smash turnaround, keeps himself alive, and they kill off Ramses! Oh, Yapzor!
They used the finger, they used everything, but this Earthbird, he's level 7. He's got 1190 HP, he's tanky. Such a costly play there by VP.
Losing Ramses for a bit of time. The farm will suffer a little bit for this Terrorblade. Straight back towards mid, no one, TP's in.
This Yapzor guy is pretty good.
The old Spirit, one of the classics from Yapzor.
He's 3-0 and 5 already in the start of the game. Part of 8 of the 10 kills for his team and just making the moves everywhere. And even when he gets the move made on him, somehow he returns for a kill. That's pretty crazy. Ramses now will go to the jungle, and they're both still off to a good start. That's the big thing, right? The OD and the Terrorblade off to a great one, but Pasha is starting to get a little bit left behind here. Like we said, they wanted to get the Shadow Shaman versus the Morphlings to put the pressure on, but they weren't able to this time around.
No reason at all to be scared down here with that Vanguard complete.
Yeah, he's just gonna, I mean, it's an aura game, and we have to see this again.
I mean, they got so close to bringing Yapzor down with that finger.
The Pit of Malice just keeping Ramses away for even a quarter of a second just to stop that last hit, or stop any extra type of attacks, and see no one. He does save Solo there, but Yapzor.
Absolutely, he couldn't have played that any better. Perfect play inside, he appreciates it.
And he gets another 2-man stun there, he's getting initiated on.
They will turn around upon him. They're going to drop the walls down as well from Pasha. Roger has the damage to bring Yapzor low. Can they get the kill off the cat? Oh, mid one, he's in. Wukong, Boundless strike onto 2. Secret will find the trade.
They have, I mean, they committed Serpent Wards to kill Yapzor.
I mean, no one's still poking around at this. They have used the Metamorphosis on Ramses. BP could look to try and dive in and fight for more. As the Wukong's end, Zai, he says we've got to get out of here. No one, he's got the Astral, setting up the Avalanche as well, keeping Zai away, but he gets in range and takes him home!
Oh, you see that toss too? That looked like it could have gotten a little weird there. He tossed them onto the rift.
Zai, as soon as he's taken his mates back, he's ready to TP in and prepare for the fight, but the Sunder brings him down low. Ramsey says thank you very much for the HP. Yapzor, boulder smash out onto Rogers. Tyne is in trouble. Rogers falling low. Astral will buy him some time, but more TPs are coming in from Secret. Pasha, the lockdown. Shackles are there as they hold down and find Puppy, but they've lost Roger. Yapzor still alive. Ramses and Pasha are hunting. They will find him. As VP succeed that bottom in solo, he's already ready for the setup for more. He's buying time for the team to come across the finger.
Oh, the Sanities!
Anisha, he's out of mana.
They've
He's
got the
got
setup
no way
too.
to wait for. He has no escape. The Hex is there. Nisha locked down the VP. Get an effective team wipe. No one triple kill.
Secret get punished for their insolence trying to defend this tower so badly, but VP, they had everybody set up there perfectly. Look at the damage from this OD by no one.
I mean, I feel that that's sort of the age-old area where we've always been told this is not where you want to take a fight behind your safe lane tier 1. If the enemy is diving in, getting aggressive, it's a horrible place to be caught around.
Yeah.
And they get that fantastic disengage at the start from Zai with the dark grip, but they choose to come back in.
And look at Ramses, it's just like, he's like, oh, okay. Sunder, Zai, his HP, sure he has 1700, but gets effectively dropped down to only 600 in that fight. And then they just have the number advantage. And all the Secret, they're trying desperately to come into this one, but VP, they just have the numbers and the control.
Yeah, not a fight that Secret should have tried to force, and it cost them everything down bottom.
VP claim themselves that 2K advantage now.
And just these little plays as this. The fact that, okay, they'll get the Monkey King too, but no, they get Nisha as well.
Yeah,
coming
Nisha
in range.
just gets caught on the edge of that sanity.
It was absolutely perfect.
Oh,
Now they're back in. They will lose Ramsey. Secret come back in onto the map. Ramsey stuck around a little too long. They'll strike back and get the Terrorblade, Secret.
They're trying to take the mid tower with the Serpent Wards, but they are there to kill them with Zai. Pasha.
He walks in.
Pasha.
All right. Okay. I mean, sometimes
What?
it's just, I don't know. Maybe his mouse stopped working. I'm not sure. That was just a straight up walk in and feed.
Yeah, he kind of just, I mean, that was strange.
Okay.
So, I mean, VP, they had a great fight that came out for them, but then Ramses gets caught in the jungle from that ward that Secret has, and they just lose Pasha trying to commit forward for a tower.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, game of mistakes a bit here so far in this Game 4 Grand Finals.
Fans are keeping the game close, I guess. And knocking down that difference as it does stand less than 1k gold and XP between these two teams.
Mid one, trying to set up here. Up top onto Roger. I mean, this is a pretty tanky hero, but he's got a little bit low of armor, but he does need a second rotation here for the Monkey King to get a kill. As we do see Puppey, he's looking to make the move.
Set up with a whip coin, finally strike down. Puppey's got the cast out. Roger, can he get himself out of the range of the ultimate? The Jingu built up. He's maledicted. Mid one, a couple more touches will do it as Roger does fall.
VP though, quick moves with this smoke. They've got a blink and a force up. They have sanities available as well.
Up with the blink up the high ground. No one's ready to fight. Goes for the Astral 2. VP want to commit any further. They do not. They'll back off. They know that Secret's going to react to that one and don't want to take an aggressive fight too deep. What is he doing?
What happened?
He just fed mid. He just came bottom. He just dropped wards on absolutely nothing.
Was someone TPing out?
No, there was no one there. Pasha, you're alright. Is he alright? Maybe his mouse is broken. I don't know.
I'm not sure what happened actually. I wasn't looking bottom. I'm not sure.
I think he's the one to blame for that curry death earlier. Something's happening with him. I don't know.
Don't bully Pasha. We love Pasha.
I mean, he's been having some fantastic games down the line, but there's some very noticeable mistakes.
Yeah. I'm not too sure what happened there actually. That was a weird two events that are happening from Pasha for sure.
There's no one there. They're not even a react.
He smiles. He's keeping cheery. He's keeping cheery. You have to in these type of moments. So they've got the blink dagger now on Roger. They've got blink as well on no one. They've got good ways to jump in the back. And I mean, no one, he's actually not opting to go for a BKB early. He's also queued up a Hex. They already have two Hexes already built in on their lineup with the Lion and the Shadow Shaman. But he wants to get up another one.
Size out of it. Double damage Terrorblade in the region. You don't want to stick around. Now they go. Away from Ramses. Ramses. Metamorphosis back in 25 seconds.
Yeah, he's still farming extremely well. 4-4-1. He really died 4 times. I mean, he's able to find the space on the map.
Let's see what On and Solo can get done up here. No one continue to farm towards the Hex straight after his mobility items.
Yeah. Bit interesting. Maybe he'll change from it, but depending on how far if he's able to snowball, because he's already 5, 2, and 3, but a BKB is definitely needed.
He's going to break the smoke, but they're going to break him. Straight in, over they go. Secret. Ooh. Eliminate the Lion.
No one tried to force tap him away, but actually ends up forcing him into the enemy lineup.
Hey! There we go. That's more like it, Pasha. Gets the wards down, does a little bit to the tower. Zai is in with the Crimson Guard to keep the structure safe, though.
Yep.
But hey, it's an improvement in the wall placement.
Yep.
Pasha, item-wise off the lens, 4 staff, Aghanims, and also a Glimmer Cape in Q. Scan from
Pasha trying to get a rune. That will be able to snatch that one away. So Pasha should be able to get the other one. And Roger find any pickoffs here. We see Nisha, he's sitting in a bit more of a safer territory of HP. He's not sitting at this 800 HP or something. He's sitting at a threshold where he won't just get burst down, but still has to be a little bit careful.
Roger. Unable to find anything with a haste ring. Mid lane, Secret more than set up for any play from VP.
I like this.
They're happy to push top.
Yeah, I like this change by Zai. He had the Yo's queued up for a bit, and then he's switched now. I love this item too, is Halberd versus OD. It's just the best item, and we do see the OD. I click back on no one. He switched to the BKB. I think this is the absolute most needed item he needs versus a Nurse Spirit in this game.
Secret looking to set up for a smoke potentially. Hope he does have it, but they're going to head back. Just want to clear out this top. Poppy getting that experience towards his level 12.
Secret, they're getting farm distributed on 4 of their heroes, but VP, they're focusing on just the 2.
Yeah, no one in Ramsey's.
They're just the 2 that need the farm. Pasha can get little items through, pushing and just nuking out waves, but eventually he'll get his items.
Top lane, Roger jumps in, looks for Puppy. Puppy's got the glimmer though, and now Roger could be in trouble. Puppy tries to go for the play, he TP's out. Roger, he'll be fine. Secret didn't bring anyone else back to deal with him.
I mean, Puppy's so farmed actually. He's always fine. He seems to find a Glimmer Cape a lot of the times in these games, and he is 4-1 and 7. He's gotten a significant amount of kills from that pressure in the top lane. But yeah, those 2, I mean, they kind of have these 2 4 positions right now on Secret. And they're able to buy time also for the Morphling, for Nisha to farm a much-needed BKB as well in this game. We didn't really talk about his item progression, but does need it when he's been playing versus an OD and also versus a Lion and a Shadow Shaman. There's just a lot of different things of control, and playing versus an OD, you need to be able to get that magic immunity.
And same to be said for no one. He did have that Hex queued up earlier,
yeah,
wanting to build safe.
Yeah, it needs it. Just so important.
So we have to see either team go for Roche.
Bit of a slowdown in these last few moments, right? We had a lot of kills happening in the first 16 minutes, and then now it's both teams waiting for a little bit of an item before they go for a fight. And there's DD rune top.
So we'll straight up grab it. Worried about it being denied potentially by that TB illusion.
They want to just be able to control that Roche area too. I mean, a DD, we saw what happened in the last game, right? Ramsey's got a DD and just walked in the pit and killed it so quickly.
Pasha about halfway towards the Aghanim Scepter. See what sort of plays they can make around his wards next time round. Jumping on the mid lane, Yabzor. He's in. He's found an opening to get on top of Roger. Roger, he's trying to escape. He gets the avalanche out. He does have Solo with him. The Magnetize will be kept ticking with the rock placement. Roger going for the TP out. Another rock's going to be dropped. Can Roger escape in time? He can. And now with the turnaround, they got the Hex and the damage from
and the control mid one.
The shackles onto mid one. The Monkey King in trouble. As Zai, he will escape with the Dark Rift. But Secret lose 2 around the pit. As Ramses, he can head towards. He's got Metamorphosis ready to go. VP will use this opportunity to attempt for Roshan.
I mean, they've got the Shadow Shaman wards too. And they know Earth Spirit ulti was used. That's the big team fight that Secret does have on their lineup besides that Wukong's command, and they're both dead. Both teams playing pretty safe though. You see, it's all about not crossing the river. Secret, they try to make an over-aggressive move. Passing that river, they get punished immediately by VP's reaction.
They can't get to this in time. Nope. They don't have any intention of doing so, just the 3 of them.
And a full Scotty for Ramses. Super farm TB in this game.
Mid lane. Set up from Zai onto Roger. Puppy has a poke, but not going to go any further. Knows the VP's behind him.
Secret now. They just still need to farm it, especially now that there's an Aegis. They don't want to try to take a fight, and now they know that no one also has a BKB. Much harder for them to control him.
Ramsey is starting to build towards his own BKB.
Yeah.
Next for no one, and I mean, yeah, just as we've been saying, these two cores of VP, Ramses and no one, been put in fantastic position. The OD pick so far certainly looks to be a smart one from VP. It had this lane where no one was able to sufficiently farm against the Morphling, and with the rotations that they had coming into play, keeping Nisha behind. So Nisha, sure, he's still top net worth and level, top net worth of Secret side and level with no one's farm, but it's going to take a little longer before this Morphling's able to really take over the game.
Yeah. I wonder if this is a game where he does choose for that wave target, the morph target allies.
Go for the play onto Solo. And let's try it out as well. Solo
Side's getting
actually
controlled.
still alive here. Jump forward from Roger. The Absol's coming in from the side, so Solo will fall. You're Roger doing a heavy amount of damage back to Puppy, but they have the control. Mid one with the extra damage from the Jingu, they'll bring down Roger too. Double kill for Yapsel.
They're bailing out immediately afterwards. Nisha used a BKB to try to go for a kill there, but unable to find anything. They get themselves 2 kills. They lose Puppy. But yeah, I'm wondering if Nisha in this game, he does choose to do it for the morph target allies, because he doesn't have like the greatest share. He can turn into the Terrorblade, which is fantastic, but him being able to turn into his Earth Spirit, there's like that interaction I was talking about earlier in the tournament, is if you turn into the Earth Spirit and you shift out, you keep refreshing your stones constantly. So you actually give your Earth Spirit a lot more stones to work with inside of the team fights, as you keep getting 6 over and over again when you do shift out. As long as you don't use all the stones. If you use all the stones, there's like a weird interaction where you can't actually use anymore afterwards, but a lot of control can come out from that in the team fights, and we'll see if that is an option that he wants to go for, as there's a lot of different things you can do as a Morphling.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
VP having a good control of the game so far. They need to keep it up though. They need to be careful of this Morphling and this Monkey King, who are starting to farm up here, but they have done a great job of controlling the map, and now they're starting to play a little bit more aggressive when they've got this BKBs and this Aegis, starting to cross past the river a little bit more, looking for aggressive plays.
Season no one showing in the mid lane. Secret are around mid one on the high ground. He's going to set up with the ultimate, comes down straight around top of Solo. Solo does get the Hex, the Sun, and the Finger of Death off. So he gets bursted pretty low. BKB for no one, but he has to remove himself from the Wukong's command. Forces back to safety. It's only Solo to fall. Ramses did commit with the Metamorphosis. VP unable to find a way back into the fight.
Known with a bit of a panic ulti there, it seemed like, on that Sanities. Gonna buy some time for Secret to continue their farm on the Morphling, which they still desperately do need, as Ramses is still 4,000 ahead.
Having a much more successful time on the Terrorblade this game.
Yeah, and
BKB
Pasha
is going to be there very soon for Ramses. He's nearly got it done.
Yeah, and Pasha also has the full Aghanims now too, so these Serpent Wards, they can definitely be quite a threat. You get a kill, if you get like a good team fight wipe, you could definitely see VP just going toward breaking a high ground.
Their push is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So many ways for them to push. It's a little harder for Secret really to hit the towers. A lot of it relies on the morph.
Yeah.
Zai, the D push down bottom, gets out of the lane, but the fortification will be used by VP so they can keep these creeps alive. Keep the wave momentum favoring themselves down bottom. The BKB is on its way out for Ramses.
Still a bit of just, defensive teams playing very careful, as this is, grand finals. Could be the last game if Secret does win. VP really want to be able to take this one to go for a game 5. But they're looking on the prowl. They've got it smoke.
Ramses, mid-one jumps across.
Oh.
He knows he's up here somewhere.
They don't have a way to cut the tree though. They do have a Quelling Blade on Pasha.
Oh. He's still got the Aegis. He's going to get focused. They're going to strike in the one for the wall to drop down in the midst, but all Roger jumps in. They've got the double done. They have the vision. Do they have the damage though? Falls to the side. He's been hexed, but he's getting himself away. Mid-one still alive for now. He'll get the Wukong command out. He'll get the Jingu cannon started. No! The end of shot from Pasha bursts him down. Silence out of the Ramses, removed quickly by the Mantle Style. He's still got that Aegis. Mid-one's going to buy back for this one. No one's being forced to the side. No one has not used the BKB yet. Roger jumps in. Avalanche double stun for Solo. Roger's falling low. BKB popped by Nisha. He's into the Terrorblade form. They've killed off Roger. Had to buy back with mid-one for this one though. VP will still keep the gold advantage after that trade. Ramses and no one keeping themselves alive. As I say, no one not pressured to use his BKB. He's still got it ready.
And no one was just farming during that whole fight there. They were trying to make use of that Aegis there, and they do. It was 5 seconds from being from timing out though. And we see like this, the damage mitigation that can come out. Oh, he did cut. Oh, okay. I was wondering what happened to the tree there. Oops. YapzOr.
Got to be careful when there's a Monkey King on his team. As they do sort of nearly save him, as we see mid-1 gets very close to being able to build up the lifesteal. But that little blast from the Shaman, Pasha, making sure that mid-1 doesn't get a second chance in that fight without having to buy back on the Monkey King.
I was wondering what cut the tree there too. Didn't actually see that it was the Earth Spirit until afterwards.
Is under attack.
See what they can get done now. 4K gold lead for VP. Ramsey's Terrorblade looking as big as ever. He's already built up 3,000 gold on top of the BKB.
And he's level 22, so he's got that reflection, that constant spam onto this Morphling, who does not, he only has one way to dispel it. Doesn't have a Manta, only has the BKB to get rid of it right now. I believe also has he can use Morph to get rid of it once as well. We're seeing mid-1 also is going to need a BKB of his own on this Monkey King next. Just so much spell damage that can come out from the side of VP. So much control too from this Lion, from this Shadow Shaman, from this Tiny.
Essentially the angles that they can find between the two of them.
Yeah.
Roger and Solo jumping in. One of these multi-hero avalanches and impales. It's VP. Almost certainly happy to look to jump again. They've got the sanities available. They have their ults ready.
Both teams, like we said, though, they're playing a bit defensive. They're only looking to really make plays like smokes, because you just have to watch out. Like that last game, we see like one smoke into a wrong position on the high ground, whole game can just turn around immediately.
He'll set to finish now for YapzOr, so he'll be able to offer himself a little bit more time to fight back.
He's trying to approach his level 22 so he can get the GPM talent online. We see Puppey has hit 15, so he has his GPM talent. How's Solo doing? Solo not quite 15 for his GPM talent yet, though. But both teams seem to be a bit content here with farming, but VP is definitely coming out a little bit more ahead here, as Ramsey's now 7k ahead, 7k gold ahead of Nisha.
He's farming so well on this Terrorblade, as the money pretty much there for him to have the butterfly complete.
Looks like Secret, they might want to try to set up here for an aggressive move, just catching VP off guard. They have positioned themselves for a smoke around their Obs and Sentry. Full butterfly though on Ramsey's right before this fight.
They're fighting those at a point of the game where they don't have BKB on mid-1. It's going to be dropped for this tier 2. Secret, do they choose to pounce?
They have good vision.
YapzOr looking for the opening. Jumps in, will get the opening straight away onto the Shaman. They'll come in with the BKBs and the Metamorphosis though. Ramses is ready to fight. The Wukong's command is down, but VP will just move themselves out of the ultimate. Pasha does fall. Zai saying we can't take this fight, we're getting out of this one. We'll leave Puppey behind. Puppey, he'll cancel the TP, but Roger, he can look to try and take this. The death one in the mouth, killing it up. YapzOr uses him up. YapzOr's there to back up Puppey and kill off Roger. Secret, they get themselves a couple of kills.
Small gains, right? They have to try to munch their way back into this game, as VP still have quite a big of an advantage here. But you see before they take that fight, the way they try to do it, they're smoked. They put down an Obs ward in the middle of the lane so they can see the whole back line, so they can see and pick and choose who they want to initiate on. And Nisha immediately just turns into the Terrorblade.
Yeah, it's just, it's still so hard. We're seeing every time, you know, Zai having to make calls at certain points to say we can no longer stick around. If they don't get the perfect opening, they have to back off. As soon as Ramsey just commits with the BKB and the Metamorphosis, this is not a fight that you want to stand toe-to-toe against this Terrorblade with.
Yeah, he's just a bit too farmed here still for the side of Secret to try to bring down.
And Puppey left behind, but all part of the plan. As Secret are able to get that extra bonus kill on Roger.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They do swing the gold just a tiny bit here.
Secret. I mean, in terms of sort of the need for Secret to get aggressive, how high is it? I mean, Ramses, I feel like if you leave this guy alone for too long, he's going to turn up to the next fight with a full MKB. This Terrorblade is just going to continue to grow at a pace that Nisha can't really keep up with unless they're able to utilize the Morphling in a fight.
He is playing versus damage mitigation. It's weird, because like OD is a hero that we don't see really get toward the later stages of the game too much anymore. But no one is farming very, very well, has a full Shiva's guarded up. But the thing is too is like mid-one's not having the greatest game either. He's not able to really farm that much. So it's like this, how well can Morphling and Underlord do versus this OD and Terrorblade?
Think of the opening onto Ramsey straight away, looking to commit. Yapso's already rolling off though.
The save.
They've got time for him with that Astral. Nisha coming in with his own BKB and Sunder from Ramses gets him back up to full. Secret again just having to retreat. Zai with the ult looking to take them away and will bring Secret back to the safety of their base.
They've got an Arcane Rune on Ramses, and his meta's up. They've also got Serpent Wards. They can look for this Roshan.
Absolutely can. They know that Secret's just returned all the way back to the base, and they can take down Roshan so quickly.
And they know that Wukong's command was used, Death Ward was used, and the Earth Spirit ulti was used.
They're being a little hesitant on how they approach the Roshan.
They wanted the bounties first. Bulldog would be really happy. But yeah, they are also still just waiting. They might want to look to try to get a fight here beforehand. They're sitting right outside.
I think they'll know that Secret, even though they don't have sort of their full skill repertoire, they'll still come over to the Roche pit. Let's see what Secret are going to do about this. Can they make any sort of big steal play? Zai outside of the pit. We're in the Firestorm. Starting to do a little bit with that damage, bringing Ramses down to half. Yapso rolling away, keeping his distance.
It's a lot of damage, that percent-based damage from Firestorm.
He has got Sunder available. Ramses preparing the slot as he drops the treads on the side. Roger trying to keep Secret away from the pit. He's throwing away his life to allow Ramses the time to finish off Roche.
No one with another save.
Nisha already has used the BKB. They've got to be careful here. Secret solo, looking for the low ground for some sort of control, but Yapso's out of range with the roll away. Roger finally falls. Zai, Crimson Guard's out. They've got the disarm onto the OD upon the BKB. That won't remove the disarm, but it still allows them to get the Astra to cancel the TP of the Underlord. Sanity's down. Secret trying to hide in the trees. A Boundless Strike holds back. No one jump off from mid-one. Can they kill this OD? They can! No one falls!
Zai is just too tanky. They can't actually kill this Underlord.
BP, they don't want to stick around for this, but they may not have any options as the stun's there from Yapso solo. On the way up to the high ground, Ramses is in position to get the Hex onto mid-one. Chicken in the tree, stands in position, still eyeing them up. He's got a Boundless Strike ready with the Jingu Master if he wants to hit back. But Ramses, they will get out of that fight, VP, with the Terrorblade holding onto the Aegis.
No one needs to be careful with his positioning there. You know, they try to focus on this Underlord, but Zai is an absolute unit in this game. 2800 HP, 60 HP per second too.
Ramses, he's hunting. He is feeling very confident.
They've got a huge creep wave down here.
They do no meta for 55 seconds. So it's a Hex onto Nisha. These fights aren't going to get too easy though for VP because there's also a Halberd on Puppey as well. They've got extra disarm, but now with the jump though, Hex, he's got a lot of HP build up. He's also got the BKB. Yapso jumps forward, but the BKB's out from Ramses. He just rips Yapso apart. Nisha's in trouble. He'll turn into the Terror.
Nisha's dead.
He's dead. Nisha's dead on the Morphling. And we've got divided down mid-one. He's trying his best to find kills and return. The two buybacks come out from VP. They know they've got the strength there. Puppey falls. Zai goes for the TP away. Mid-one and Yapso trying to retreat. Jump forward from Roger. Mid-one holding his breath on the solo tree as he will survive. Does have a TP, he'll be able to get back to base, but Nisha is dead for a minute. Does have buyback. Puppey dead for 35 seconds. They committed 2 buybacks for this VP. They're ready to push in on bottom.
They've got meta in 1 second. There it is. Yapso does have Magnetize available, but there's that Aegis on VP. No one immediately running down to join his comrades on bottom.
Yapso trying his best to slow some camps, but he's been hexed. Move forward straight away. Ramses is looking for a Sunder target. He wants someone's HP.
The Lotus again.
Whose is he going to get? That is the question. He wants to protect this Aegis for at least once. He'll beat down one of them. Ticking down low, he'll take Solo's life.
Of course.
Fortification used here by Secret. They really don't want to expend the buyback from Nisha. They want to protect it. It may cost them this bottom lane of Rax.
That was Yapso's buyback. He's dead for 80 seconds, and he's the big team fight control that they need.
As VP on this bottom lane, they will find, slowly but surely, the melee racks. They'll look towards the range racks. VP getting themselves well and truly ahead now. 10k advantage, a full set of racks up.
Ramses is just so farmed in these fights, and there's just so much control coming into play. Nisha has to be so careful because his BKB, he had to buy it extremely early in this game. It's down to 5 seconds. VP has so many different ways of saving people too, with the Glimmer Capes, with the Force Staff Unknown, as well as the Astrals. Secret under the gun here now. So versus VP with an Aegis, with an incredibly farmed Terrorblade. His team is 12,000 gold over the Morphling.
as VP, ready to push for another set. The Boundless comes down. Onto Ramses, they're bringing him low. He doesn't have Sunder for 15 seconds, does still have the Aegis. Tier 3 falls Ramses. They're protecting that Aegis as best as they can. As Ramses has got Sunder up. Is he going to take Solo's life again?
He sure will.
Solo, the true support.
He's got Tranquil Boots, he'll be fine. But they get 2 sets of racks as now Yapzor is respawning and VP disengaged, now claiming a 14K
They'll celebrate with a BKB charge.
They can clean up the shrine now too. And Secret, it definitely feels like they're on the ropes here now in this game.
I mean, this really is just incredible play from VP. You said it at the start. Secret coming into the game with a Nisha Morphling has been undefeated in all of the games that he's had with Secret. Was it 12 games you said he's had?
12 games.
They've never lost a game with the Nisha Morphling. But this match here in the all-important Game 4 of the Kuala Lumpur Grand Finals, it looks like VP have the answer.
Yep. Does seem like it so far as Ramses has played so consistent and so well in this game. 8, 4, and 5 on this Terrorblade, farming like such a beast, and they've done such a good job of controlling the map. They pick and chose when they've chose to go aggressive. And Secret, the 1 or 2 times they chose to go over aggressive, they got absolutely punished by VP, just being there with more heroes.
Aegis is gone. Hurricane Pipe will be finished for Ramses. The money closer to getting the MKB will probably play safe and protect his buyback. There's no need for VP to make too crazy of a play when they are 2 sets of racks up. 16K gold lead at 41 minutes. And on the verge of potentially pushing this series to a Game 5.
Yeah, they're just, I mean, right now they can just look to pick up all their next items, chill out for a bit, and then look for a fight. Because they're so farmed. I mean, no one's about to have that Hex finished up. Ramses, like you said, just finished in Hurricane Pike, but he can buy an MKB as well. If they want to play it safe, they can just wait for that next Rosh. Probably just stay together, don't really split up too much, wait for that next Rosh. And if they get a Refresher Shard, they've got a Shadow Shaman with an Aghanim. So Refresher Shard Shaman, something you can never mess around with.
Dire are scanning.
What Secret's next play will be, we already saw before the point where they were down 2 sets of racks, they were going out for these aggressive smoke plays, knowing that the best way for them to break back into this game would be to find that fight where Nisha can pop off. But they couldn't fight it each and every time. Both situations just ending up in Zai having to take them home.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, Zai, he's gotten the Lotus Orb a couple moments ago, just because like it's really important for him to remove that reflection, because what ends up happening in fights is they have an Underlord of their own on the side of VP, and then Nisha, he's got his damage mitigated when he's trying to go for any type of kill. So it's just so many different plays that reflection can really hinder on the side of Secret, and it's been doing so. I mean, VP, they've got a very firm control in this game as it's ticked up to now a 96% win chance for them after these last 2 Thraxes were claimed down.
I don't blame Dota Plus at all. This certainly looks like VP in every position to close it up. MKB on its way out.
It was that 69% for VP at that 27-minute mark, but in these last 15 minutes, VP have claimed a sizable advantage, and now Secret, they're looking to try to get something off the map here, because they're not getting anything right now. They were kind of just sitting in their base for the last 2 minutes or so as 5 heroes.
They have to look for kills. They have to look for action. They're not going to be able to catch up if it's just a case of hitting the creeps.
Yep.
They've got to make these risky big baller plays as they're out on the map. Scotty finished for Nisha.
Yeah. VP, they've all just been kind of sticking together. They know the only way that they can lose this is if they split up and get caught by some type of smoke move by Secret. They're going to go check the pit.
Oh. Actually popping the meta there, Ramses.
They're hoping that this Rosh respawns on a fast timer. It's got about 10 seconds left.
Let's see what we find out.
So we can find out.
Is RNG going to be on VP's side? They needed to be a short respawn. Are they going to get it?
I mean, they've got all the lanes pushing in as well. And how long's the respawn?
It's a minute.
It's a minute. It's not the fastest ever, but Roger has a gem. He'll take out that 1 ward. I mean, that attack speed's really slow, but he takes out the ward that Secret just placed to try to get some type of vision on the map. But VP, still with so much control in this game, yeah, they're patient. They're sticking together. Don't make any too big risky plays here. It's just wait for that next Rosh. It's so important.
They're going to go out Secret, of course, themselves. Not sure on the status of the Roshan. They have to try and sweep out and see if they can get some information.
But their lanes are all pushed in. VP.
It's a big risk from Secret, but a risk that they have to take.
See Ramses here for a second. Got the vision on the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is
But yeah,
under
VP, they're
attack.
all sitting behind each other. Just knowing the only way they lose is if they split up, and I mean, they see creeps knocking at
They
Secret's
know that
base.
Secret sweeping around.
Yep.
VP just sticking together as 5. And as long as they play like this, the chances of Secret coming back into this game are incredibly slim.
Yep. 10 seconds till that Roche. They're going to kill it super fast. Ramses this game, he has not chosen to go for the Sunder talent either, by the way. He went for that meta just to have that attack range so they can siege, because they are inevitably going to get this Roche.
Do find a bit of a catch. Straight away getting themselves on top of Pasha. Pasha forced the side, the Magnetite down mid one, looking to chase. He's on top of the Shaman, bound strike, kills off Pasha. He does not have buyback. He's dead for 100 seconds.
Can they actually make their way into the Roche pit here?
And Roshan's back up.
Oh my goodness.
Nisha will take it pretty quickly.
You have to imagine VP immediately starts heading over the base, even without a shadow.
And they
zone.
do have the buyback now available. It just came back for Pasha. He's got the gold to afford it. Didn't have it immediately, but he has it now. So VP do have the 5-man ready to try and push Secret away from the pit. They jump in. The undersea actor trying to find a moment to commit, but Puppy's in trouble. Sanity to clip this down. The Wukong command is there, but it doesn't matter. No one stands in front of the BKB. Takes down a third. 2 buybacks will come out from Secret. Everyone will back away. He's been halberded. Nisha in potential trouble, but Zai will look to take him home. Zai gets him out of there. Secret have had to use 3 buybacks though. Puppy still around. He will manage to escape with the Glimmer Cape. Secret desperately trying to find some sort of a fight, but we're seeing at this point, even with the Wukongs down, the armor that no one has, they just head in. They do not care at all about this Monkey King, as VP are just too far ahead in items. They'll look towards Roshan. Secret, they're heading over. Can they do anything in time? They can't. VP's got the Roche. The Aegis, the G's, the Refresher Shard. Secret poking at Ramses. Yapso trying to find a grab onto Solo. The Boulder Smash does connect. He's forced to the side. Do this kill. Ramses looking for a Sunder target and he finds it. He's back up to full. He's been maledicted with the jump forward. Solo on everyone. Spike. He's getting beaten down, but Roger's there to the follow-up avalanche. They've lost Sai. They've lost Puppy. Puppy by the cheese. Odie's back up to full. Forces away. Secret cannot kill him.
Controlled.
As Nisha dead for 80. He has got buyback. Yapsor, he's in trouble. Pasha there with the shackles. Locks down the Earth Spirit. He's dead for 100. Secret only with 3 left alive. VP with a full lineup ready to push in. They still have the Aegis on Ramses.
They may just go for tier 4s here. They've got the double serpent wards.
They've got him.
Ramses again, Sunder solo.
Pasha.
Yeah, they're committing for it.
Here we go. There's 1, there's 2. Give it a couple as VP are in. Bimborn trying to commit on the backline for the Wukong's command. Can they kill anybody though? Roger's been bought. They'll get Roger. The shackles are out. And Pasha does his grab, but the damage from Bimborn's enough. They kill off Pasha. Fingers then on Tanisha. Secret. They've lost 4. They've lost the game. GG is called. We are going to a game 5.
And they take the streak away from Nisha. That 12-game streak on Morphlink is now gone. They have done it with the way they drafted this OD pick. It worked. No one played it fantastic, and Ramses was able to farm like an absolute beast.
What a draft from VP. What a performance from VP. Seeing the OD have that much effect, and just the team play, the lockdown, the team fight from VP. We know that these players have this incredible amount of coordination that they can bring together. We saw it last season in the DPC, and we're seeing it again here in the grand finals
And
of the Kuala Lumpur Major.
The emphasis they put on that early game, right? They're like, okay, Nisha goes mid, kill him once. Nisha goes bottom, kill him again. Goes bottom again, kill him a 3rd time. They slowed down Nisha's farm to the point where Ramses was able to just catapult himself forward, and then they had the map control over the majority of it. Even though there was a couple mistakes, a couple serpent wards, a couple little things that were a little iffy,
he gets
but
sort of the comedy and the style points, you know?
Sure.
I mean, the audience, they love Pasha, don't you? You love those serpent wards. Oh, okay, no, they don't. I did.
Correct.
They're hilarious. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2-2. We're going to a game 5 between Secret and VP here in the Kuala Lumpur Grand Finals. Back to the panel. What?
Team Secret's turn to ban. Virtus Pro's turn to ban. Team Secret's turn to ban. Virtus Pro's turn to ban. Team Secret's turn to ban.
It is, right?
I think the game is paused, yeah.
Should probably unpause this game.
Yeah, somebody unpause, please.
We are
Infinite draft time.
Yeah,
it's
Technical
like
drafting
It's
issue.
like scrimming the Chinese.
Scrimming in China is indeed period.
I think LGD started this, where the coach is like, he just pauses the game and then he just yells at the players like,
Because they're arguing, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's their strategy, is it? Okay.
You just need to wait a couple more days before that we can have that. You're good.
What do we expect the first pick here? Centaur is out. The axe was not very convincing.
Yeah, I guess that's what the Secret are thinking about.
The axe was actually...
Axe, like, he's technically good versus a lot of these carries. Like, that's why he's going to get a first pick. Also because he has this amazing laning stage where he cuts creeps.
Need to go for the tiny. I like that better because the axe was really underwhelming.
But the only reason I like it is, overall I'm not a fan of a first pick tiny, because I think the hero like turns pretty underwhelming very fast. But if you want, the only position I like him as first pick is mid, because he does well in all the matchups and he can always do stuff.
Mid or 3, maybe. Not as good then.
Yeah.
But yeah, mid matchups are... I don't think there's anything really hard counters in the lane.
I definitely think Secret should just take this axe right here.
Axe and Arc Warden, just go back to what works.
I still Phantom Lancer in full well. So
True.
the Arc Warden pick is a bit scary. They might just go for the Terror Blow. They haven't lost a single TV game yet.
Team Secret.
What they do.
Virtus Pro.
They do go
Say
for the
hi
tiny
back
lancer.
to your mom.
Oh, Silencer. Okay.
PL Silence.
I guess they're thinking like this too. The VP are not going to pick axe.
Yeah.
But
Now they do it.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I just think don't give it to Soul. It's a punch-up play.
Yeah, no, he can cut creeps there. He is good versus Phantom Lancer.
10 seconds remaining.
Mid one. What you gonna play, brother?
Might have to wait a while for that one, that's for
Luckily
sure.
not Monkey, because it was not for them.
Oh, it's a little late for that one.
Yep, should have busted it out earlier.
You can tell it's game 5 when so much time is being spent on this pick this early in the draft.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting the Silencer. That's for
No.
sure.
Yeah. They might just go into Terror Blade if they really want to again.
Yeah, at the same time, you know, you're a little spooked because
Yeah.
they did lose that one game where like the PL actually has carried the game, even though it was it wasn't that good of a PL game.
Virtus Pro's turn to ban.
Okay,
Okay,
this is another
the old classic answer.
now, yeah, and now you're setting up for this mid time. Like the mid time is way more powerful right now.
Yeah, and PL is not nearly as effective now.
Flag, this looks like some faceless Dota.
It does.
Magnus every game.
But we miss Ogre now. Ogre and Warlock. Ogre, Warlock, Magnus, and I'm just pick 2 carries.
Yeah. Magnus Slark all the time.
Magnus Slark, and then an Ember mid.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, Magnus TV, of course, was something that kind of started this tournament, especially I feel like a lot of Chinese teams very much into that idea.
But that's also why the games have just been lasting for so long, and the Magnus TV just takes huge advantage. Like the longer the game goes, the stronger they get.
Always tough to play Magnus versus Silencer though. One of my
Yeah. Picking into it is very brave.
yeah. I mean, for now, like they're definitely playing around that power. Like that's the entire point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think you should go Blink, honestly. I mean, maybe
Greaves
eventually.
for sure.
Yeah, just be a team fight hero. You can even you can go crazy. You can go Crimson Radiance. Like I wouldn't mind that.
You definitely need a Crimson though, because Crimson is a hard counter to PL.
Yeah,
It does nothing.
and then you just empower your Tiny, empower yourself, and you run in there together. Let him global, no one cares. Just hit him.
Alright, there's a Juggernaut ban. We still have a Terrorblade and an Arc Warden in the pool. What are good counters, or good counter carries, I should say, to the Phantom Lancer?
And the thing is, when you have Empower, almost any melee carry can actually deal with Phantom Lancer just fine.
They can actually be good.
Yeah.
I mean, if we wanted, I just want to see PA, because I want to see PA.
Yeah, I think PA is amazing too. I've been saying it for 3 days. Give me that hero. Nobody's giving it to me.
A few more picks there, and then we'll see. They're still batting at the Rubik, which, the Rubik doesn't really make sense to pick for Secret, but...
I mean, they do have the potential RP steal.
Yeah, he's had some big plays against RPs.
Yeah.
They're probably just scared of him.
Yeah, no, exactly. They batted last game, right? And they just don't feel anything else to be scared of.
What do we not want to see? We don't want to see this.
Oh, for VP?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's global? Yeah, no. That doesn't sound too good.
What about Spectre? Okay.
Spectre's already against PL. And Silencer too.
And that's why she got banned.
It really feels like they're trying to bait out this TB. Or, I mean, you know what's on their mind.
TB's not even bad though. If they really want to bait it out, TB with Empower can make short work for Phantom Lancer.
If he can catch him.
Yeah, if you can catch him. But the good thing about Magnus is, all the Phantom Lancers took low HP at the same time.
Some Game 5 heroes here, baby. Magnus, Earthshaker.
Yeah.
I think VP would have snatched that if Team Secret didn't pick it now.
Yeah.
Foresight there.
Although they probably need a ranged position 4 to lane with the Magnus, don't they? At least it tends to do a lot better.
I mean, they could also just do Magnus Tiny because they empower the Tiny and bounce around.
Yeah.
It's alright. I still think the mid Tiny will end up looking real good though.
It never really looks bad. At worst, it's average.
Yeah. No, because for a long time now, if he goes on the PL, he's almost gonna die.
Yeah.
He's gonna take so much damage.
Mid one in his home country. I mean, we put a lot of emphasis on that mid lane for a reason. We talked about it before the series started.
Yeah.
He's getting the last
Secret
pick
getting
game.
10th pick again, yeah.
They're setting him up for success.
Yeah, Roger's really learning how to work the camera today. Where did this guy come from? You know, you give him a Benz and then suddenly he's wearing shades, staring down cameras, thinks he's ice, ice, ice.
There's still a Monkey King in the game. No, they banned him first phase.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Probably a solo hero here.
It's looking tough to draft.
Some Wyvern.
I mean, it's a game 5 of a finals. That's when you see these. We might see some heroes coming out that we don't expect.
Team Secret.
If there was any pocket draft still safe, this might be the time. The VP pull out the Crystal Maiden.
Okay. She's pretty good against PL, stopping the mass of the illusions.
The mana is just really nice for Magnus and Tiny too.
Yeah. It completely changes for Tiny.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And a lot of vision too from Nova, definitely underrated in these team fights.
Terrorblade could be a good pickup for VP now too. Because you can go into the jungle really early with the CMR.
5
And
seconds
Empower as
remaining.
well. Secret though, what are they lacking?
I mean, they still kind of want this fat guy running in. I don't know if he can afford to pick it though.
There it is. SAP with the snipe.
We've seen that hero banned in the first few games of this series.
Lanes really well against Tiny and Magnus.
Yeah, actually it's really good right now.
Yep, very good.
There's still the Weaver. It's not that amazing for Shaker or Silencer,
Finally.
I mean, it was very obvious. They picked like 2 heroes at the bottom already.
Yeah.
So might as well. If you go out playing Terrorblade. No one.
I'm just wondering.
Is he on the Tiny or not is the question.
Exactly. The other question is, the Terrorblade versus Necro lane. Like Terribly when it pops meta obviously does well,
5 seconds
but then it starts getting hard.
I think after you use the second meta in the lane, you just want to go to jungle most of the time. Because you're going to be level 4-ish. Then
I think
You just sack CM.
like right now they can't really kill this Necro until TD gets flat.
I think Hughes could be really good for VP as well. Deals with a lot of heroes, disturbs their blink daggers, PL hates Zeus, Necro hates Zeus. But of course Secret is going to have the last pick, they can pick some Storm or something.
Yeah.
Or if they pick like an Invoker, that could be pretty dope too.
Yeah. Although Invoker doesn't like to play against Silence or PL early on. Annoying.
I mean Invoker for Secret.
Oh,
Oh, you're thinking Zeus for Secret.
I think he was thinking for VP.
yeah, for VP, yeah.
No one.
I mean, I think for Secret it's also really good though, actually, if you look at the graph. Get the wave going.
That was pretty impressive for one guy on a camera.
Yeah, but
It's actually going.
It went both ways.
He's very powerful.
It's a double wave.
Virtus Pro
yeah, game
turn to
5.
ban.
The game 5 hype is real.
Take out the no one Pugna. Good against the Necrophos. If you're no one right now, you're sitting in there. Is Tiny the hero that you feel like you can win this game on, or do you go for something bigger, like a more classic no one hero?
Oh, Dragonite.
Okay, similar to the Pugna in tone at least, but a little bit more secure later on. Also plays pretty well within power.
I think he's picking the Zeus right now. What do you think?
It's also Tinker.
Yeah, Tinker and Zeus, I think well, too.
I don't know, it feels like they need building damage though, that's the problem. Let's see. That's
not building damage.
But that's a hero this game.
That's 3 lanes that don't want to be against the Timbersaw.
Yep.
This Timber is actually a massive problem.
Yeah. Cool. I think Secret are looking real good right now.
And this atmosphere is pretty hype right now.
Ooh.
I need to know, guys.
All right, I'll take
Game
it.
5.
As much as I like the Timbersaw in terms of laning, I don't really like the whole snowball impact that's coming with it. I feel like VP are going to hold. I think Virtus Pro are going to take themselves their first 5 games in the major.
Another major for Virtus Pro, says Trent. Highlight die.
For me, this is a classic mid one hero for this. He can run all over the map. He has a decent laning matchup versus the DK. I think Secret's got this.
I mean, it's basically mid one against the world in this game, and
I mean, have you heard the crowd? I think they got mid ones back.
but the world is a huge task, you know. I think VP got this.
Oh, you heard it, guys. I think mid one might need a little boost. I think Virtus Pro would love some boosting for you guys as well. You've been loud all tournament. For the last time, Virtus Pro and Team Secret Game 5. Make some noise. Over to the commentators.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 5 of the Kuala Lumpur Major Grand Finals. Secret versus VP. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fog, and another draft where we're seeing exciting change-ups. We're getting a mid-1 Timbersaw coming through as the 5th and final pick, and a lot of fantastic team fight and control from the side of VP. Magnus in play, solo Crystal Maiden, everything to watch for and everything to play for in this game. I can't wait, Fog. We see a split decision from the panel. The crowd obviously favoring sort of the Secret picks. They love the mid-1 Timbersaw. I can't wait to see it. This hero could pop off this game.
He's got, just like they were talking about, he's got great matchups in all 3 lanes that he can be set up against. And so mid-1, there is definitely the opportunity for him to just completely pop off in this game. And I do kind of have to side with Pi here. You know, Trent, he hasn't had a right prediction yet in this grand final. So sorry, Trent, love you. But yeah, I think this is a hero where mid-1 can absolutely thrive. This is where he likes to play, right? He likes being able to just run around, and he just likes killing shit. Let's be honest here. He just likes to kill things, and this is the perfect hero for him to do so. But VP, they've got Ramses on Terrorblade again. We saw what he did in that last game. Let's see if they can do it again.
And what an exciting way, really, to end this patch 7.19. Can Secret destroy the Terrorblade in his final form?
They've got ways to do so. They've got some counters here, like we saw. The PL, majority of the times in this tournament, it's gone the TB's favor in that one game from Secret earlier today. The PL was able to do it. Nisha played incredible, had super amount of farm. They had great ways to control it. And in this game too, they do have ways to control this Terrorblade. They've got Earthshaker, they've got Timbersaw, two heroes that can be very strong versus it. And even the Necrophos, even throw in a Silencer. If you have your BKB and your Manta, sure, you're defended from Global Silence, but when you have those on cooldown, Global can really be a thing to punish to not allow you to get those Sunders off. So see if Secret can execute this, and we'll see if Pasha can execute on this Magnus.
Let's see the last game. At least we had a close start in terms of the lanes. You could see in the middle, no one have a very nice time in terms of getting farm on the OD. This time the matchup going to be that little bit harder. Yep. We'll see at least mid one be able to play it very safe. It's unlikely we're going to see this Timbersaw go down, and he can get aggressive onto no one. To the point as well where it's going to sort of be down to who hits that 6 first.
Oh, he can definitely look to get kill threat. I mean, I think mid one could go for like the 3 points in the Whirling Death, and if you can get the 2 stacks of the stat reduction on a DK, you can go for the kills. And we can also see Yapsor's rotation being a big factor here. This is the first time that we see Secret deviate from their usual plan, where they run that 3 heroes aggro and then just leave Zai sacked. This game, they've got Zai positioned in a place where he can have rotations from Yapsor, give him a successful lane. So we have to watch how Zai can do down here versus this Ramses. And immediately we already see Yapsor, he's cutting creep waves, he's manipulating the bottom wave to give Zai a better start in this game.
See how much VP can do in response to that. You can see Roger sort of heading over with that pull. See how far he wants to chase it and try and sort of get at least something from the way that the creeps are going to meet between that tier 1 and tier 2 tower on Secret's half of the map. Pasha, getting a good few punches in onto Puppey.
I'm going to be looking a lot toward the rune rotations too. Those 2-minute marks, because we will probably see at least a bottle come out on the Timbersaw, and Yapsor look to secure these runes. If we see another situation where, I mean, mid one gets like an arcane rune into a regen rune or something, that's where he can definitely look for kill threat too. No one though, already off to a great start these first few waves, 10 last hits, the DK. You're not under too much pressure until the levels build up. Like you said, it's usually the level 6 from the Timbersaw that you have to watch out for, but mid one is definitely going to look to play aggressive.
Japsel chasing down Roger here. Does have a Fissure available. He wants to try to go for some sort of block off, because he'll just sort of follow the movement, get him trapped in.
Ooh, there's a haste from bottom
get a few punches.
Haste.
Japsel, he's not got too much mana to play around with still. Just continue to try and right click down Roger. Roger trying to do his best to escape. It's a slap in, the tip coming out from Roger. Roger. He is getting chased back behind the tier 2, but
they're gonna watch each other.
They've not got
I love it. Oh, he walks in. Yapsor's like, I can hear Yapsor kind of like giggling probably while doing that too. So much respect between the two teams. I love it.
Top lane Nisha, Puppey, trying to see if they can get on top of Solo. Solo keeps his distance. The mid lane matchup at the moment, pretty even in farm. Slight edge for no one. 18 for 1 against the 15 for 2.
He's doing great. Having that Quelling Blade always helps you get those extra last hits when you're playing versus Timbersaw, who's reducing your stats. Also, of course, has that Breathe Fire plus CM aura, something we can't forget about here.
Sort of with the high regen that he's got from the Dragon's Blood. Hard for mid one to truly harass him out of the lane at the early levels.
Yeah. Like you said, it's mostly around that level 6, depending on like the rune luck.
Bottom. And Zai trying to get aggressive onto the 2 of them, Roger and Ramses. And then Metamorphosis will turn, start to push Zai back, but a Fissure comes out. Blocks off any sort of aggressive attempt from VP.
Both side lanes from each side wanting to put the pressure on these carries. The top lane, Shockwave plus CM, Crystal Nova, not going to be spammed out to Nisha, and bottom side, the Necrophos just throwing out those spells constantly.
Ramses is incredibly low. Side dives in, they'll get first blood, they'll lose side for it, but they'll take that one. Maybe they'll lose Yapsor as well. He's tanking the tower a little bit too much. Roger starting to right click him down, but the stick charges in the air. Yapsor will back off. They get first blood Secret.
Roger gets a lot of gold back for that kill though. Even though it's the first blood that they get on Ramses, Roger actually gets more for the kill.
Top lane, bit of a chase down onto Puppey. Pasha doesn't have a point yet in the skewer though, so will not be able to go any further. Puppey is out and back to safety.
Man, Roger got so much gold for that kill. Crazy. And now Roger though. There's an arcane rune on mid one.
On top of him, the Avalanche will slow him down a little bit. He has got the point in Timber Chain to use to try and close this gap. See if he can do it. He's in. One more should get him in range if Roger's not too careful with his positioning. Can Roger get himself away from this? He cannot. Mid-one, rotating away from the middle lane, finds a kill.
And he would get an arcane rune, right? Just that little bit of cooldown reduction for him to close the gap on top of that Tiny. Close to level 6. And they're actually looking to pose a threat onto Ramses again here. He gets blocked off by the fissure. Ramses!
He's got nowhere to run.
He is dead.
As Zai and Yapzor, a second time down here, killing off the Terrorblade.
Gives no one the level 6 in the mid lane because mid one has spent some time away from it. So that tower threat, some tower pressure coming out here. They have the glyph immediately though.
Mid one with that movement as well. Himself not quite having a 6.
Yeah.
Needs one more creep for it.
Needs his Soul Ring to come out too, but they need to actually use the courier first top for Nisha so he can get that Aquila finished up and get some extra regen.
I've seen Yapzor around, but Yapzor not going to head forward and look to offer up a bishop.
Mid one's a bit low on mana too, we were saying.
Top farm-wise, Nisha 27 for 8. Pasha though also finding good farm on the top lane Magnus. Yapzor making the long movement up towards the top. Solo starts to get aggressive. They skew it forward. They're trying to bring down Puppey. They'll dive forward under the tower with a shockwave. They get it. Solo tries to TP out, but Yapzor, Fisher cancels the escape from the CM. Pasha will be allowed to escape though. Moves a little deeper, TP's away, stun from no one. Allows no one to pick up the haste rune. Midball goes straight for the TP out. Will he be able to keep himself alive? He does. Heads up play, knows that he cannot outrun or stick around near that DK with the haste. He's straight back to base.
Aggressive moves from both sides. Nisha still able to find a bit more farm, of course, than that Terrorblade down bottom since Ramses did get punished twice with his life from the rotations. But no one having a great time in that mid lane, going just so much strength, right? The double bracer build we've seen built a lot of times on these strength throws in the mid lane. Also the belt of strength too on top of that, just so he can tank through all this damage that can come out from a Timbersaw early on.
Ramses. Let's get aggressive here onto Zai. Zai falling pretty low. Does still have the Ghost Shroud to fall back on. A little bit of a vapor. Roger. He's going to miss the avalanche, but he gets the toss. It's not enough though. Zai heals back up under the cover of the Ghost Shroud. Ramses gets the Sunder, hits level 6, and can turn and beat down Yapzor. Getting 6 at just the right time. Lane mid-block. It's got a lot of mana to play around with. Will not connect with the Chakram though.
We said this man was going to play aggressive. Look at his skill build. The 4-1-1 on the Timbersaw.
I love it. It's the way to go against the DK if you give him that kill opportunity.
Can make him fairly squishy though for rotations, but this is the way. I mean, it's mid one, right? We know he's going to play aggressive. Oh, he doesn't get the range creep. Close for 7 minutes, 3-4. Experience dead even, gold pretty much the same, only 500.
No one's going to be careful. Yapzor can get the Fisher block off. No one's going to take a lot of damage here from the combo. He'll turn with a quick stun onto mid one. Holding back the Timbersaw for now. Yapzor tries to close the gap to get the follow-up. Control with the enchant item of the aftershock, but cannot get on top of no one. So no one will escape. Movement speed there, just enough to allow him to retreat.
And just raw HP too, right? Like sure, he went strength versus a Timbersaw, but he's got 1700 health on a Dragon Knight. Seen this build done so many times now on these DKs, especially from no one. Wondering if this could be a game where he does go for the Radiance again, since he's versus PL. I say that, he literally instantly queued it up right before. So we saw him do this in one of their games earlier in the tournament, and it worked out great. This is another game where Radiance, good versus Necrophos, good versus PL as well.
Ramses after saw those 2 deaths down bottom, and knowing that Zai has the Reaper Sack online, he's backing away from the bottom lane. We'll go into the jungle, Yapzor. He's got eyes on him.
Just an efficient move always too, right? Because then you give your support a lane, you let Roger get some farm up too, and you farm just incredibly fast always in the jungle as a Terrorblade.
Denied.
Yapzor continuing to flow between middle lane and bottom lane. He's back
Roger
down
has
here.
to be careful.
Roger's starting to try and go a little aggressive onto Zai with the avalanche, but the Fisher blocks there. Zai, if you can bring him down low enough, he should have the chance to finish him off. Good
nice toss
from Roger.
away.
Very nice toss, and the TP out. He's away.
What a play.
Absolutely fantastic from Roger.
Puts him on the opposite side of that fissure. Just absolutely perfect there by the Tiny. Solo.
Tries to steal some of the creeps there from the low ground. Puppey and Nisha will be quick to chase. We are going to see Ramses turn up though. They'll lose Solo. But now Nisha, he doesn't have double gang, but they're confusing him. The illusion.
He's sending the illusion.
He's confused him. Oh! The mind games Nisha able to outplay VP as they get drawn towards the illusion. Nisha moving in deeper, goes for the TP on the high ground. They don't see him there.
Yeah. Ramsey with a very efficient move. He's like, oh, I'm farming in this area anyway. Oh, look, that's silence here. Quick sunder. Very nice. Bounty runes coming out. VP setting themselves up for the top ones, and Secret will get the bottom two.
Dire's top tower.
No one getting fortunate with the rune placement as well. He heads up towards the top, gets a regen rune.
Yapster's having very good farm as he's almost halfway to that blink dagger, so he's actually only going for the 1 point in the fissure.
Getting aggressive on Roger. Having behind the tower, Zai still with the Reaper's Scythe ready to go. We'll see if Roger can play his way out. And this one, it's going to be harder. Mid one's here as well. They've got a lot of burst. Chakram will miss. Doesn't matter though. Roger just gets beaten down by the three of them. Secret make the move towards that tier 1 tower. They get the kill, and they can put some pressure onto it as well. They'll get the mid lane to Nisha's PL.
Yeah, 10-minute mark, so the second catapult wave is coming through, so they can definitely look to take this tower, but at the same time too, no one might want to try to threaten the mid lane as he's got Dragon Form in about 20 seconds and he has his own catapult, of course.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Roger is spooked up as well with Solo in that mid lane. They want to try to set up on a kill, and whoever makes the rotation here to try to defend the tower, and Zai could be the culprit.
Got the Dragon Form in 2 seconds, so no one can go straight away with the ult and that extra range for the opening stun.
He does have a raindrop and some wand charges.
There's the opener, trying to buy time for Roger to get in. Zai gets the Ghost Shroud off. They're trying with the magical damage. It's a knock.
They get him. He didn't get the wand off.
They burst him through the Ghost Shroud. TP's come in for a Secret. Can they turn? They get the Fisher out onto no one. Mid one tries to move forward, but another stun from no one holds him in place. VP controlling the Timber Saw. They got the control. They stop him from Timber getting away. The toss as well. They killed him. Yaptor tries with the Echo Slam, but it's not enough damage. As VP take 2 kills in the middle, they have that magical burst to deal with the Necro and to deal with the Timber at this stage of the game.
And so much control too, right? The way they did that on the Timber Saw while he's chaining, they get the root off from Solo, absolutely perfect. And the way they set up, they're like, oh, we've got DK Form coming up. We know someone's going to try to defend this tower. Make the 2-person rotation. They punish Secret heavily. And that's the first Echo.
Used to no avail as Secret lose the fight mid and lose that tier 1 tower. No one's farm continuing to skyrocket. As this is a game where the DK is on track to get a fantastic timing on the Radiance. 2,500 gold towards the Relic.
That's going to be huge for them because, you know, that PL, the Tower Blade, we talked about it before. We saw the matchup earlier, but throwing a DK with the Radiance, tides can definitely turn. Not like this time, Yapsor's playing a Rubik where he can turn into a Tower Blade and get the reflection and get the benefit of that Radiance. He's playing an Earthshaker, so a little bit of a difference here. Nisha will be fortunate to find a DD down bottom to increase his farming speed.
Double damage.
So far though, VP. A little bit of better movements as they've claimed themselves like a 1k gold advantage. They've claimed that mid tower to the most important tower in the game. But Secret, it's not like they're not punching back. They do get the bottom one. And they do have this PL who is farming very nicely.
Smoke movement here from VP. To get close to Zai, they slow him down with an over. Rogers in with the avalanche. Zai.
Toss back. Does he get it?
He's got a lot of health to run around with, and now mid one, he's there with the counterplay. Chakram slow onto Solo, looks to burst him. The stuff from no one holds it back. Solo will still fall as the neutral creep gets the deny upon him. Zai will kill off Roger in return.
It looks like Roger. I was wondering who's going to try to build the Spirit Vessel this game. It's actually going to be Roger on the Tiny. A little bit of a different approach, but versus a Timber Saw and versus a Necrophos, it's probably the most valuable item they can buy.
7-6 at the moment. This Dragon Knight just looking so far ahead at this point in time. He's only going to get further with that constant buff from the Empower the patch is granting him, as no one will hit that level 12. The Relic just around the corner. When he's there with the Radiance, BP can just look to push with that Dragon Knight sort of at the forefront of their attempts.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for Secret really to totally beat down on them at the point where Nisha is more focused on getting that Diffusal Blade done, getting sort of that first defensive item like the Mantra or the BKB before he really goes head to head and fights with VP's full 5-man.
They'll probably get some like similar item timings too. I mean, like good cohesion of item timings on VP.
Fisher controls there, mid one's on top of them. A surprise from the Invis rune will allow them to kill off Roger.
This is the tree.
Oh, Roger, no! Surely not. And indeed it is. Mid-one will find him. A little bit of a messy one, and again having to use that Echo Sound to make sure they do get the kill.
So they should be able to get the mech as well as that Radiance out on the similar timing on VP for them to put the pressure on and look to capitalize onto Secret. But at the same time too, YapzOr, we were talking about he's going to have a fast blink. He's got it after these bounty runes.
Okay. No Echo for 2 minutes though. Limited in the plays that he can offer.
But he's going to have a blink dagger on his side, and they've got a Timber who can jump in and out of the fights while on the side of VP.
It is a lot of magical burst.
They don't have anyone getting a blink for a very long time, as we saw. Pasha, he's going for a mech. He's going for the more defensive, just run together as a unit around our DK build.
Here we have it, Zai. Hard target for them to come in on. Pasha not want to try with an RP.
Bottom lane.
Bottom. Again, the two of them, YapzOr and Mid-one, finding Roger for the second time down here within a minute. CVP starting to charge forward. But sort of going for this Radiance build and not having a blink or a Shadow Blade, it makes it hard for VP in terms of initiation.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that Radiance build, it is going to be a good time. Halfway on the goal for the recipe. Quick double stack of the Ancients, moving him ever so close. No one, 16 minutes in, it's nearly there for him.
YapzOr looking to make an aggressive play immediately again up top.
Skewer forward. Puppy's here as well. Pasha, I don't think there's any escape from him. He's got a TP, but they've got more than enough stuns. He's pretty...
The
fissure sort of put YapzOr in a position where he couldn't get there. He fissured, the trees were in he couldn't get him close enough to get an Enchant Totem and Aftershock proc off.
Puppy had a tango too there, but yeah, they didn't. I mean, that's something where YapzOr thought he would be able to walk through that tree line, but wasn't able to.
Solo found himself a Timbersaw. One says he's found him, no one is there. So is Ramses, a global. It's going to be popped here by Puppy.
He really wants to just protect Mid-one. Even if he has a haste, there are some stuns, and it looks like Mid-one is probably going to be able to get out of that one anyway, but yeah, Puppy being extra careful. And like we said, this is a game, Mid-one, he's playing Timbersaw, he's going to look to run around and just kill people. Zai given a good amount of opportunity to just farm up. He's got the hood finished, also just going for tanky. It's a vitality booster, so he can be the front line for his team as well with that Timber.
Solo coming off the back of the smoke, gets the slow onto Puppy. And there's no global to worry about as Puppy gets burst. Taken down. Mid-one trying to turn, gets the Chakram connection onto Solo, won't be enough to bring him out. As Solo will survive, Pasha has managed to separate Zai up top. This time he will use the RP. He knows that VP have the numbers to surround Zai. He'll pop the Ghost Shroud, but again, they've got control to offer through with the Avalanche and the stun. Do they have the damage though? Zai, he gets up another Death Pulse. He doesn't actually die yet. He's trapped up though by the Fissure.
The Echo!
Oh, YapzOr! Oh, he's in! The Echo is perfect. The turnaround is beautiful. Secret take 4.
Oh my god, they couldn't bring down Zai. He's so tanky.
They couldn't kill him.
He took the strength talent, he got a vitality, he got a hood.
And he was on strength treads.
Yep.
Every little bit.
Holy crap, they get the turnaround.
They just tunnel visioned in upon him. It looked at this, like, YapzOr with that Fissure was like, oh, hang on, Zai trapped, but it didn't matter. They needed to kill off Zai before time was brought for the rest to come in. I mean, at this moment in time, Secret is still behind the tier 1. It takes them time to get over here, but the time is there. Zai survives. Lockdown comes through. YapzOr gets himself perfectly in position with this blink play. Fire! Gets the double Echo on I think all 4 of them.
Yeah, Ramses was trying to get the Sunder off, but those ripples from the Echo just brings him down.
These sort of plays on the shaker that we've come to expect to see time and time again from YapzOr, and they're happening here. Game 5 of the Kuala Lumpur Major Grand Finals. He's 2-1-10.
These kills adding up, right? Like Zai being able to get those kills early on makes him so tanky. He's got a full Crimson Guard. Now he needs to itemize so that he can be able to remove that Spirit Vessel that's probably going to come out relatively soon on the Tiny. So he's going to go back for that Yules. Great defensive item for him. But yeah, this blink on YapzOr being so early picked up, it can do so much work in this game, absolutely.
And they're ready to try and enable some more action.
They're all about fighting. They've got an Arcane Rune on Mid-one too, so that damage, it's going to be super high. And Nisha, he's been left alone for a very long time. Already up to 189 last hits. Diffusal Yasha on the way to Manta. He is a good 2,000 gold above the Terrorblade. And that's a Terrorblade who's had to empower a lot of the times too while jungling. But Secret, But it will just keep these threats up with all these movements.
Is on solo. In the trees, will go for the TP out. He'll make it back to safety. Pasha trying to TP as well. Will they see him in time? They don't. Pasha escapes. VP are out of there and away from the smoke movement from Secret. Secret starting to take this lead, 13-7, 20 minutes in, 4K in both gold and experience.
VP need a better way to start the fight. They have no one who can actually just go in. They just have like these walk up and stuns, while Secret, they've got great counter initiation and great initiation. They need someone to start the front lines, as we see no one. He's queued up a Blink Dagger after that Radiance. It's the build that he did the other day as well, but they need something to be able to get that quick initiation. But focusing on Zai is not the option at all anymore. This hero is far too tanky for them to deal with. They need the Spirit Vessel to be finished up on Roger, and for him to get some charges if they want to go for that before the Yules is finished up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Secret. They are absolutely looking to take these engagements.
Dire's
All
bottom
right,
tower
they're looking
is
ready
under
to set up some
attack.
aggressive wards, and
Radiant's middle tower is under
Nisha
attack.
wanted to try to threaten a Roche, but he still doesn't kill it that fast as the PL. Instead wanted to claim this last tier 1 tower in the mid lane so they can have a better avenue into that Roche and not allow VP to have the best plays into it, as they, we said, they set up the vision already to prepare for it in the next few stages.
Radiant's middle tower
Both teams
has
with
fallen.
real potential around the pit.
Yeah.
RPs, Echo Slams. Of course, until that blink is finally there on Pasha, it's going to be that little bit easier for Secret to execute when it comes to the 5v5s.
Yeah, and he's still going for the Greaves because he's versus Global Silence. He has to watch out for that Global in a lot of these times. They've got Mant on Ramses, but the rest of their heroes, they've got no ways just yet until to get rid of that Global when it comes out. Zai deviates a little bit from the Yules. Similar item, though, the Lotus Orb, just things to be able to purge off that Spirit Vessel. Gives him some armor at least to be able to tank through the physical damage that VP does absolutely have in their lineup.
Can also really mess with the Terror Blade in these early fights.
Yeah.
And Ramses absolutely relying on getting a successful Sunder off, given that bonus life to continue fighting, especially when behind. Playing mid one. Will show Secret are in position to defend this if VP go for a full push, but VP, they're backing away from this. They don't want to dive too far top at this tier 1 tower.
Is under
Secret
attack.
looks like they want to give it up though. Not a place that they want to get surrounded on and take a fight.
Radiant are
They've got
standing.
Nisha farming incredibly well. They've got this, Timbersaw getting close to another item too. They're alright with losing this one with the way that the game pace has been going for themselves. No, near a 5k gold lead and 6k experience lead for them right now. But they're still sitting behind Zai. They have Zai in the front lines. He is just too tanky for them to bring down before the counter initiation is going to come from Secret.
Teams, just avoiding one another for now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Zai always goes and takes the risky farm immediately. Ports to the back tower, so he gives his team the opportunity to port quickly in that front tower if he does need any backup. And Secret, they're already smoked up looking for something. They even throw a scan, so Zai playing a little bit careful here.
They know that VP is still up here.
Yeah. Puppy, that means that they get the scan out, so they're going to expect there's vision around here too. So Puppy, he already has the 3 sentries prepared to try to take this out.
VP are still sticking around. Mid one.
He runs into
Puts a
Roger.
spell. Got eyes on Roger. Straight in he goes. Roger tries for the TP. He knows he cannot afford to do so. There's a lot of stun coming out. And fired a nice 4-man avalanche, but it will not save it. They punish Roger for VP's presence on Secret's half of the map.
Now they can have Ramses get more involved though. Like we said, the big timing from this game meant to be BKB, so he can look to fight without getting completely controlled by both that Shaker and also not having to worry so much about that Global. And we see the Greaves as well finished up for Pasha, so same thing, not having to worry about that Global as much. They give Nisha a bottle.
High ground vision, no one. The Global with the jump, the Global comes out, but the BKB's there from Ramses, and with the metamorphosis, he
Middle
brings
shredded.
down the Timbersaw. Timber's dead, mid one's out of it, Nisha's in trouble as well. He's trying to walk away, but they know which one the real one is. as they focus him down. Ramses turning up big time with the BKB reveal on the Terrorblade.
Having that high ground positioning there mid one, not tanky enough, and now
they've found themselves a bonus. No one jumps up to the high ground, catches out the silencer.
Are they going to look to go for some type of buyback play here? They know the BKB was used on Ramses. They do have it available for Nisha, but not for mid one.
You can see with Pasha, Roger sweeping over. They're just making sure there's no chance for Zai or Yapsor to do anything around this Roshan, because they know that they have the numbers advantage. RP being used. They want this Necro dead, and they should get it. It'll buy some time with the Ghost Trap, with the magical damage, but the Stewart is there. VP taking 4 kills from Secret. The Roshan still stands, but potentially not for long. Ramses heads straight back into the pit. Doesn't have the meta, but he has that extra damage from the Empower. Secret unlikely to be able to do too much about this.
Mid one not having an armor item either. So in that fight, he did not have the reactive armor stacks before he walks up, and it's an empowered Terrorblade with meta.
It hits so hard at this point.
damn hard.
As they've got it, Ramses now with the Aegis.
The absolute best positioning there for VP possible.
Fight 2, Pasha being pulled incredibly close to having a Blink Dagger of his own on top of the Greaves.
VP could not have asked for a better scenario. As that gets him close to, like you said, the Blink on the Magnus, the BKB close to the DK2, so Global gonna be countered quite heavily now by the majority of their heroes. And Nisha, who was, I mean, he's still top of that net worth, but he just gets, he got absolutely decimated in that fight.
They have to really rely on Yapsor just getting in with that huge AoE lockdown before BKBs are out. Otherwise, large amounts of the damage that Secret can do at this point are just rendered useless if the BKBs come into play.
I thought I saw mid one pick up Arcane Boots, and then he has to actually sell his bottle so that he can finish up the Bloodstone afterwards. I think maybe he sold it or something. I didn't see actually what happened, but I definitely saw him pick up Arcane Boots, and then he didn't have the energy booster anymore. Now he's got the Bloodstone finish and immediately clues with the Shivas. He needs just some type of base armor without him just rely on reactive armor stacks. Because if he just gets jumped immediately, he's sitting only at 3.
VP out to look for another push potentially. Metamorphosis is back. They want to get something done with the Sages. Ramses is he's close to Skadi, so the temptation is going to be there for him to finish that one off before they look for a fight potentially.
I mean, they've got a lot of information on the map though. Look at this whole top side for VP. They've got 8 or 9 sentries placed around, 2 or 3 wards that they've been playing around the Vision too.
It's VP, time to move.
Yeah.
They have the Blink RP ready to go on Pasha.
And they want to play around their Vision. They don't want to make the same mistake and walk into a high ground, just like Secret did before. You see Nisha farming too.
Heading straight towards the PL, Nisha.
They've got instant retreat,
but indeed no one. He finds the opening. Roger has the time to move in with the follow-up lockdown. Nisha is gone.
These wards that they placed earlier, Solo, just able to get them down. They did not get de-warded by Secret, and they've done so much work.
With this tower, that will be the goal for Ramses to complete the Skadi.
And he still has the meta, and they just used DK form. They can look to knock on Secret's high ground.
Nisha does not have
buyback. He bought the Reaver.
They need some incredible sort of defenses, Secret, if they wish to hold on to at least the tier 3. Maybe the Rex in trouble as well. VP amping up the pressure. Ramses incredibly huge on this Terrorblade jump ball for Nord. They're straight into the base. They're on top of Puppey. The silence is gone. He'll buy back immediately, but the tier 3 tower falls. The side bound onto no one. It doesn't do too much damage at all as he was not already low. He's got the BK now. They're moving towards mid one. RP from Pasha. Mid one is gone.
He's up in 10 seconds though. He's got the Bloodstone.
As VP, they'll turn back towards at least the range rack. Can they get more? Ramses falling low. He's walking in for the Sunder back up to full.
And this Rax also. They're looking to be a bit afraid though as everybody's respawning. The PL, the big threat. They don't have their ultis available.
Look at the curse onto Roger. Yapsor holds back on the Fisher though. VP will be allowed to disengage. Playing it safe.
What a swing of momentum.
5k lead in gold and experience now for Virtus Pro. Oh, they do get the, they got the Fisher. Yapsor just in range. to find the TP cancel.
They do get a retreat kill.
They get something, but still not enough to swing the game back in Secret's favor as VP standing strong. They have the heart now finished for Nisha.
Yeah, he's still very farmed. It's just mid one has heavily dropped off after that that time he died going into the high ground. Just 2 back-to-back deaths. Really slowing down the momentum for Secret.
I'm going to show mid one here. Maybe looking for a bit of a bait. Yapzor is hidden behind him. With the Echo combo available, Ramsey's going to charge forward. And one Anisha starting to poke. Illusions are in, beginning to drain the mana of Ramsey's. Secret will get the space to take the tier 2 tower bottom. They want to fight, no one. He actually finds Yapzor. This is the perfect way to start the fight. BKB committed as well with the reflection. They'll chase down Yapzor. The BKBs are out. Yapzor can't do anything about this. If they lose the Shaker, mid one, he's doing his best to escape. Will turn around with the Chakram, but with the BKB still active on Ramsey, he closes the gap. Mid one has to suicide.
No one finding the best target possible there. Jumping on top of Yapzor, and instantly, Secret, they cannot take a fight if the Earthshaker is controlled.
Yapzor's got to be way more careful with his positioning. It's very hard for sure, but they need him to get the jump off. If he gets found at the start of the fight, the team fight's over.
They're immediately running toward mid for Zai. He was able to dispel that reflection right away. But yeah, I mean, Yapzor is literally the only team fight control for Secret, so has to be very wary of his positioning.
VP hungry to finish off that Rags now in the middle. They do have the full lineup back in the game on Secret. VP can look for the outer objective, take the shrines away. Secret start to poke their heads outside of the base in the middle. VP won't look to make a jump upon them. They do now fight without the Aegis. Metamorphosis back up, but still 40 seconds between now and the next Elder Dragon form for no one.
Secret now very much so on the back foot though, as this Timbersaw, like we said, he got slowed down so heavily now. They're pretty much playing this very defensive aspect as they're sitting behind Nisha a lot of the times. But they have to be able to push out these lanes. They can't let VP just farm and farm and farm with this Empower on these 2 big cores that are going to be able to carry this game in the later stages because of how much they've slowed down mid one. And it's all about map control. In this type of game, just pushing down the waves, keeping them pushed out, keeping them shoved in, so that you can secure those bounty runes, secure the Roche.
This game not going to get any easier at this rate for Secret. They have to find perfect play, perfect team fight. Lots of pressure on Yapzor to start any sort of engagement off. Just buying some sort of lockdown and safety to allow mid one to get in and do damage without the threat of being immediately melted by these high DPS physical damage carries.
Yeah, we saw how much Nisha was able to do the PL versus the Terrorblade the last time, but now he's not only versus the Terrorblade, he's versus the Dragon Knight, who's incredibly farmed. No one has also queued up a heart. He's gotten the GPM talent too, so he's like, all right, we don't need to actually end this soon. We can go for the continuous scaling. I'm gonna be a big core because I have a Radiance versus a PL. These illusions are not that much of a threat. Secret though, they're trying to catch VP before they're all set up here. And they find the opportunity.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
All eyes on Yapzor. To make that jump happen, they head towards the top. Roger, the one showing at the moment on the tower. Yapzor's going to reveal with the Fisher. The Chakram slow out as well. VP, they're holding themselves back. Roger getting bursted pretty low. Down to R3 precise there. They'll kill off Roger. They'll get one. Global Silence now comes out from Puppey. They'll get the illusions onto no one. They're trying to chase down for more, but it's hard. They know that if they push on, there's every chance of being caught out by a counterplay from Pasha's Magnus. So they'll back off. They'll accept the kill as it is.
Yeah, they don't have any wards up here. They only have the wards down bottom, so they're satisfied with at least 1 kill. VP, they're content with this too. They'll be like, all right, we can just go back and farm ourselves. And they've got this deep vision too. Like, they've got this base ward that's been there for the entire duration of it. They see Puppey going back, so they know that Zai and only a few heroes can be top. They don't have the silencer there. No one buys the full heart. 4,300 HP on this DK now. Taking this man down is going to be a huge problem for Secret, and the longer he's alive in the fight, the harder it comes for Nisha to actually be that relevant carry inside of the engagement.
Nisha needs that butterfly ASAP. They need every bit of damage output they can get Secret to take down these BP cores.
Even with the butterfly though, still like that evasion, it's all gonna build up. The Terrorblade also has a butterfly of his own, the Radiance, like we've been keep mentioning. Nisha's not gonna have the damage by himself. They need mid one Enzai to carry their weight too.
Radiance, the Empower as well, just so many ways for VP to cut through this PL army.
Yeah. And like we said, most important thing in the next thing for most important thing for VP in the next few moments is that Roche. So we see they're positioned 4 or 5 heroes in the area. They've already placed a ward and a defensive sentry too to keep the eyes on it. The next big target also is just take out that shrine. If they were to take out the shrine, then the avenue for Secret to get into that Roche makes it is a lot harder.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Game, as you say, slowing down a little bit. VP more than happy to play it at this pace. May just be about to be ready for some more action though. Smoke is out on Solo. VP grouped up close to the pit and ready to make a move.
Yeah, they could look to, you know, walk into the pit, smoke, and then walk outside and look for take a fight. Get some high ground vision as well.
For Secret, they are split up. 3 at the moment in their jungle, 2 down bottom.
Catch a glimpse of mid one for a second here.
Will Secret lose anyone here? Mid one.
Playing a bit careful.
They'll be aware that they're all off the map. And mid one, he's hugging his tower. He knows that if nobody's showing on the side of VP, the map is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, bottom side's pushing in a bit. They literally see nobody, so it's playing a bit defensive. But now Roche spawns. Ramses looks to start it. They're committing completely onto it, and they kill it so fast with the double Empower.
Even if Secret are aware of this, I don't think there's any chance of them getting here in time.
No, they can't contest this.
Falls so fast to the power of VP.
And this, I mean, Ramses just finished up a butterfly, right? He's already got 4,400 gold, or 4,900 gold and an Aegis now. And they're just continuing to scale. 12k gold lead. Experience just about 5,000, and we're gonna glance at the Dota Plus win rate. How is it looking right now?
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
We'll see it in a moment. Before the fight does kick off.
Dire's top shrine.
Push on Nisha.
Does have a butterfly. Like we said, it's going to make him a little bit more durable in the fights, but his damage is still going to be extremely limited.
Yapso is so close to having the Aghanims complete. A couple of 100 gold and it will be there.
As we see that 83% win rate right now for VP. And like we said, they're content with farming. They're all right with this. They know
that it's almost impossible for Secret to catch back up in farm.
And for them to outscale, because it's not just a Terrorblade versus a PL this time, it's a DK who is incredibly farmed. And Magnus always gives you a really good win condition too, when he's just, if he's able to get a multi-hero RP, it's a 3.75 second BKB piercing disable. And they don't have BKBs anyway, but just that long duration disable is more than enough.
And with the Greaves, Shadow Blade, and Blink, he's got all the tools, Pasha, to find that perfect jump.
He sees Zai right now. They're gonna look for him.
No one. Oh, Zai. Quickly with the blink away, Fisher will be laid down to try and stop VP from going any further, and Zai TP's immediately back to base. VP in position though to push down mid. And want this melee rack's gone. Secret, how will they respond? They've brought the whole team back for this defense. Still with time left on the Aegis. Ramses, meta's out. He's ready to push in. Secret, what can they do? Can they even kill him the once? On this Terrorblade, it's going to be so hard. Clear out the creep wave. Ramses will back off and back away. VP do retreat for now. The creep wave pushing in on the bottom. They can look to take the outer tier 2 towers for the remainder of this meta. There's just so much farm, so much gold on Ramses.
I thought I was missing something. Just losing the TV, it seems, for a moment for the crowd. And Ramses, again, we see him do this all the time. He's like, Solo, come here. All right, Sunder, thank you. Full HP. 8,200 gold. They're just continuing to grow this lead more and more as Secret is just trapped in the base.
We've seen this story all too many times from the Terrorblade in this meta. Do Secret have some sort of way to deal with him? Ramses getting closer and closer to just full power.
They just don't have the way to outscale it. VP just plays the farm game, and that's what they're doing. it just gets harder and harder for Secret. As we said, mid one, he had hit his peak. That 1 or 2 deaths just completely shut him down. I mean, Ramsey's actually queued up a second butterfly, by the way, in this game, because, like you said, the evasion reigns supreme versus a PL. Can't build MKB.
The illusions are in, onto the rack.
Doesn't want to build MKB at least.
Get the first fish around onto him, Chakram and Dagon. Bursting him down a little bit. Still so much HP to work with that Skadi. Still the Aegis in touch. He does lose a lot of mana, pretty much for the entirety of it, with the illusions being spammed out.
Maybe he looks to get an MKB of his own, because he now sees that the PL has finished the butterfly. He can't. I saw him like hitting the illusions. He's actually missing quite a lot. Ramsey's finding themselves an illusion rune. They've got full map control too, so they'll get all those bounty runes, and we're at the 40-minute mark, so the double rune's gonna start coming out, and those double catapult waves, they started a bit ago, but double runes, whenever you have map control, those DDs, those illusions, they are aplenty. Secret starts stepping outside the base here, but a very sneaky ward by VP does scout out Zai. Zai has to be very careful here. It's an invis.
Closing in. Ramsey, I mean, he's found himself on top of Poppy.
Uh-oh.
The silence
And
there.
Zai.
They're on top of Zai. Global silence comes out as Poppy buys back Pasha. He has used the RP onto Zai, or skew him back away from Zai's teammates. As Zai falls,
He doesn't have buyback.
Nick
Oh my God.
step for 70 seconds. Ramsey's ready to move in.
Second
He's got
butterfly.
that second butterfly. He has an incredible amount of damage as he's straight in onto the barracks. They'll take down mid one, and they found mid one. He's dead. He's got buyback available. He's dead for 60 seconds. Nisha is on top of the Terrorblade. Aegis still there for Ramses as VP. They'll move from the middle lane straight towards the bottom.
10 seconds left on the Aegis though. Ramsey's trying to back up, just be a little bit careful.
They don't want to use the buyback on mid one, but they may have to. As VP onto second set of racks. No one tearing through the range racks. Himself back up to full with the cheese. Ramses is back in as well. It's going to be a second set of racks for VP. And no one jumping forward, looking for an opportunity to get in on top of Nisha. Nisha keeps the distance. He'll send the Spirit Lance out, start to drain the mana of the Dragon Knight. 20 seconds before mid-one and Zai are back in the game.
They burned all of no one's mana. He still has BKB available though. Meta's also down, but
I mean, just the damage.
how hard he hits with this empower.
The double butterfly is absolutely destroying the racks. Nisha trying to get a hit in, but Nisha's out of mana. He's got to back off.
They've got Zai.
The BKB's being committed. Ramses wants the mega creeps, and he's got a good shot at finding a Pasha, skewering Secret away from any sort of potential. But jumps in. The Echo onto two. Do they have the damage? Ramses gets the side.
Oh my God.
Ramses back up to fall. Puppy is dead. They'll lose Yapsa at mid-one. They do buy back on the two of them, but Nisha falls. He'll buy back, but Secret, they only have 3 left to defend with. Fisher's out. Nisha straight away on top of the DK. They have finished up no one. They need more out of this though. Ramses flutters away with the butterflies.
They've got what they came for. They got the Megas. They're fine with anything that happens here. No one
They're
even
ready
buys.
to close the game. No one buys back. Jumps in straight away. Out of Dragon Ball by a Pasha. RP out onto Mibble. They have the control. Mibble, can he get himself out of this? The skewer to the side. He's being kept alive for a little bit of time, but the burst is there. Ramses godlike on the Terrorblade. GG is called. And Virtus Pro are your Kuala Lumpur major champions that had incredible results last season. And at the start of a new DPC, they are looking to be just as hot.
And such a big win, right, too. It was looking like Secret, they had good control of this game, but that one fight, they get the BKB, the Mant on the Terrorblade, they get a high ground position, Secret walks up, and bam, everything turns into VP's favor from there.
They played it absolutely perfectly hit in this game 5 VP. I mean, this group of individuals, Solo, Ramses, No One, Pasha, and Roger, they've shown us phenomenal Dota in the past, and in this DPC, they're doing it again. Is there a team more scary than Virtus Pro? I don't think so. As ladies and gentlemen, your Kuala Lumpur major champions, Virtus Pro!